Saturday Night Hockey is on the air on this special Military Appreciation Night as the Delaware Thunder, still looking to claim that first win overall, take on a familiar opponent in the Binghamton Black Bears, who are 6-4. And we're here live from the Thunderdome exclusively on DelawareThunder.com. And welcome up to the broadcast booth. Dave Garson here along with Mike Basile. Mike, thanks for joining again tonight. It's been a busy night and a very special night, but let's start it first by talking about last night. We had an opportunity to talk to Coach Pence before the game. He was not a happy camper.
No, and rightfully so. And for Coach Pence, I understand that, right? He looks at it as these guys came into last night, and it was a little too lax for him. Back at home, you need a win. Obviously, you're 0-0. You haven't won a game yet this season. So for him, I understand it was a little lax. Trevor got run a couple times in the net there. I know we'll see Mike Cosentino tonight, but when your goalie gets run and not seeing anyone near him, accidental or not, I don't like that either. You probably don't either.
No, I agree, and we talked about it during the broadcast. Trevor Babbitt played very well, very solid in the net. His positioning was great. Of course, we're not going to see him tonight, but let's go back to last night in the power play. Big, huge opportunity, 5-on-3 for multiple minutes. Unable to connect, and then giving up a goal with 0.1 seconds left in the period. Ty Vetchkin, really tough right there.
Right. Well, Dave, we talked about it. It's just a lack of puck movement to me. The shots are all coming from the same pot. Harley White's at the top of his crease. He knows where it's coming from. And then on the 5-on-3, it was too much puck movement for me. The 5-on-4, the puck moves just to the point, and the shot comes from there. I want to see Brandon Beard in front of the net with the puck. I want to see Adamo Asselin work in from the wing here. It's all coming from the point, Joe Brennan or J.C. Moritz, wherever it was. I know Joe Brennan got that early power play tally, but tonight they're going to need much more on the power play, because when these two teams meet, 5-on-5 is not much.
And let's talk about some of the bright spots last night. Justin Natras, who you said, he doesn't score goals, only scored a beauty indeed last night, but played very well defensively. Along with him, who else do you think really stood out from this Thunder team?
I would say that Energizer bunny line. We talked about it much in time yesterday, and it was Liam Little, Ricky Eberhardt, and Noah Wild. And those three, to me, were the three best forwards. Maybe they didn't score a goal, no. But most importantly, they got to the net. They played good in their defensive zone. Delaware's a team that we talked about gives up way too many shots. Yesterday, again, 50 shots on goal. Trevor Babbitt's seen more rubber than any goalie in this league early in the season, and that's a big reason that they're 0-6 right now. So this Thunder team really needs to work in their own zone, and that line is a good defensive line. And getting the penalty shot created some offense. I wouldn't be surprised if the first goal tonight goes to one of those three.
Yeah, Noah Wild unable to connect on that penalty shot, and as you said, they're averaging giving up over 45 shots a game, which is just not going to cut it. We're going to take a timeout here on the Holiday Inn Express pregame show. We're going to be back to talk about Military Appreciation Night right after this. Stay with us here on DelawareThunder.com. And welcome back to the Holiday Inn Express pregame show. Dave Garson, Mike Basile, and Mike, a very special night here at the Thunderdome, Military Appreciation Night. Not only big in general, but Coach Penn has a special tie. Penn's has a special tie to this evening. Talk a little bit about that.
All right. I mean, he's worn the flag for quite some time as a first responder, and it means a lot to him this night, and it always has. And for me as well, my grandpa served as well, so he's a veteran, and it's super important to give them a night like this, especially here. And I know the fans love it. I mean, this and our first responders night, our cancer awareness as well, the 3 biggest nights of the year for us. Everything means something, and we're giving back to the community.
Absolutely. And what should we expect here in the arena? Obviously, fans still coming in. Some special festivities going on.
Oh, yeah. I mean, if you're here tonight and you're watching, that means you really love us. So that's pretty
cool.
Absolutely.
Well, how could you not?
I know. But for really, it's pretty cool because if you're here and you win a jersey on Live Source, you can take a picture with the player that you won with. Maybe they'll sign it for you. It's just a cool event. Just make sure you have your ID so we know it's actually you.
Absolutely. You heard it here first. Dave Garson predicting the Thunder's first victory coming here tonight on Military Appreciation Night. Thanks for joining us here on the Holiday Inn Express pregame show. When we see you next, we'll be going live to hockey action. First period coming your way next on DelawareThunder.com. And welcome back to Delaware Thunder Ice Hockey, getting you set here for first period action. We're going to let you enjoy some of the Military Appreciation Night festivities, and then we'll have first period action for you as the Thunder take on the Black Bears for the 4th time already this season. Back with more action coming up right after this. There you have it, a great rendition of our national anthem on a very special evening. Military Appreciation Night here at the Thunderdome. Just about set for hockey, as the Thunder will be donning their camouflage specialty jerseys this evening. And they're going to have Liam Little, Eberhardt, and Noah Wild out there to start. Rick Eberhardt, and wanted to correct myself. This is actually game number 5 in this matchup this season. These teams have seen each other plenty, and so far the Thunder have not fared well. Dave Garson, Mike Basile. Mike back up here after helping out with the festivities on the ice.
Yeah, you know, it's Military Appreciation Night. The Dover Air Force Base came out, which is absolutely phenomenal. I said, hey, stick around, watch the game, enjoy some hockey. We appreciate them coming out, especially Thanksgiving weekend. I know most probably went home for the weekend. They stuck around and helped us out.
Absolutely. As we're just about set for hockey, it's going to be Newberg, Kyle Stevens, and the dangerous one, Nikita Ivechkin, out there to start. Liam Little on the draw for the Thunder. Set for hockey on this Saturday night. And we are underway. Picking it up is Ivechkin, who scored twice last night. It's a deep into the corner, throws one out in front. Nosov fires a shot, and that one was blocked by Noah Wild. Coming back out is Merrigan, who is now playing in his second game with this Black Bears team. And a puck flying up into the netting in the left corner. And we'll have our first stoppage just 20 seconds in.
Well, we put Keenan down there from the Binghamton Black Bears broadcast team, and he got bumped by a puck already. He's got the broken foot, and now he's running into some issues there as well. But good start to the shift by Noah Wild. Block shot in the defensive zone, keeps it in deep, gets the offensive zone faceoff.
And Liam Little, who is definitely part of this Energizer bunny line off the draw there. Nosov tried to clear. Little has it. Bounces it back in the corner. And thrown in front by Eberhardt. Loose. We'll get you those starting goalies in just a moment. Nosov will circle back, clear up and off the glass, but not out. Kept in at the point there by Moritz. Nosov will corral, and Merrigan will go after it. Backhands it up. Kyle Stevens with a headman pass to Ivechkin, but it's retained now by the Thunder. Moritz will circle back on the backhander to McNally as the Thunder make a line change and almost a turnover. But it's picked up here by Adam Morgan, back to number 7 tonight, and that puck is deflected up and out of play off the stick of Oganezov. Let's get you your starting goalies, and surprisingly, Harley White back in the net. Played well last night, but he's back out there again tonight on very short rest, and Mike Cosentino will get the start, number 39 for the Delaware Thunder. He's 0-2 with 3.07 goals against average as that shot is steered wide.
Well, if you're Binghamton, I get shots on and shots early. He hasn't seen much action this season as another puck goes up and out of play.
Yeah, Adam Morgan, who, he's a broadcaster's nightmare switching between 7 and 6 throughout the year. But you really can't miss him because he's a pretty tall player there at 6'4", 215.
Well, Dave, I didn't like the 3-on-2 from him. I'm just going to be blunt. He comes into the zone, goes outside, fires a shot with no angle at all. Instead of dropping a pass to one of your teammates, Lucchese could shoot too. Set him up, give him some space.
Speaking of Lucchese, he had an opportunity in front but fanned on it. Morgan tried to keep it in. It's going to come out to the neutral zone. Lucchese wearing number 77 tonight. He was number 3 last night. Alekin, who scored, had the puck momentarily. Now it's back to Natras, who, as we mentioned, scored and played very well defensively last evening. Oganezov behind his own net. Just underway here. First period action, no score. It's the Black Bears and the Thunder. Thunder coming in at 0-6. The Black Bears at 6-4. Rolling it around behind, and picking it up there was Alessi, and now the Thunder will get possession back. Brennan lost it in some skates, and Brandon Beard will pitch it back to Natras, and he will settle things down in his defensive zone.
Well, that's what he's done since he's been here, Natras. Settle things down and let the play develop out of their own zone. He gives them more of a breakout, and they could set it up coming out of the zone.
Hansen backhands it up right across the blue line, right beneath us here from our broadcast point. And Brandon Beard going in offsides, and a stoppage just over 2 minutes into first period action. Still no score.
Delaware's got a little jump tonight. Is it because it's an absolutely packed house feeding off the crowd? Maybe a little bit, but I do like the way they're playing early in this contest. The puck is getting in deep, and they're going to work. Shots I want to see not from above the circle. Let's get a couple things in the slot area and below that circle.
Yep, more high-quality goal-scoring opportunities. That will be the key, especially against the goalie, Harley White, who's likely a little bit tired. Ivechkin, obviously very dangerous leading goal scorer in the league. He now has 14 goals and 6 assists on the season. Newberg, another one who you have to keep your eye on this whole first line. Kyle Stevens muscled off nicely there, and back out it goes. And this will just, well, they're going to blow it off at the last second as Merrigan circles behind his net, gets it up to Kyle Stevens.
Well, I wonder, having Coach Pence back on the bench, does that settle things down a little bit for your team? Obviously, when you play without your head coach, things are a little different as Binghamton's back in.
Here comes Kyle Stevens with a little dangle all the way behind the net, tried to center, and Cosentino struggles to find it and then freezes. And we have a stoppage and a little get-together in front of the net.
I like that from J.C. Moritz, and I know Coach Pence will as well. Anybody gets near the goalie after the whistle, you got to get him out of the blue paint. Dave, we talk about it. We were goalies. You don't want anyone digging after the whistle, and one way to stop it, throw a body around.
Yeah, and the goaltender can also step in there and utilize his blocker or stick, as I was wont to do a few times in my career. Me? No. confrontational. McNally with the flowing locks will dish it off to Moritz. Moritz will flick it deep, and Harley White catches the fly ball to center field and holds on. Harley White, as we mentioned, the diminutive goaltender, 5'10". He might not even be 5'10", but we'll leave that to the statisticians.
With skates, we'll give it to him, right?
Okay. All right, we'll give it to him. So
With
then I could say I was 5'10" with skates.
Well, he played quite a game yesterday,
He
so
did.
no matter how tall he is, he makes the big saves when he has to.
Eberhardt lost that. Marikel getting it up here as Holosy passes over to Darling, and it goes back to D'Angelo, who winds. That puck was wobbling, a little bit of a knuckle puck, and it went into the corner and back out Noah Wild. That went off of D'Angelo's skates and stick, and the Thunder will circle back into their own side of the ice. D'Angelo pursuing McNally behind the net, and Moritz will get it up quickly to Morgan. Morgan head up, good movement from left to right, but then he was stick checked away. Holesy got in the way. Holesy with 2 goals last night, numbers 2 and 3 on the season. And now Merkel, not Miracle, Merkel, the other similarly named player, number 40 had it. And here goes Morgan on the feed from Alekin, and it goes back behind the net.
Well, Morgan learned from his first mistake, tried to come through the neutral zone, dangle a couple guys, didn't work. That time he just dumps it in deep. Your coach is not going to be happy if you turn it over at the red line.
Gavin Abbott, speaking of a turnover, right into the slot, fires on a nice pad save by Cosentino, and a penalty coming up. And this one, we'll see if it's going against the Thunder. It's going to be a high stick. And we'll see what the official comes up with here. 15-17 left on that first period clock.
I was checking as Ostrowski walked by, making sure there was no blood. We didn't get a double minor. And I'm not sure. It looked like Alekin's stick was in his skates. Did it not to you, Dave?
I was looking at the replay up near the blue line. There was a little bit of a collision, but I don't believe that was the call. It happened later.
Well, it was a delayed call if
Yes.
it was that, but it's Alekin in the box, and I didn't see him get up on anybody. It was Ostrowski who went into the boards.
Indeed, but a very scary power play coming your way here for the Binghamton Black Bears. Luckily, Moritz backhands it all the way down to the right of Harley White. And Nosov will get the power play breakout started. Josh Newberg, cross ice pass to Nosov with the full cage on. And that one didn't go very far. Ivechkin back to the point. Merrigan, who's getting plenty of ice time, up fresh with this team the last couple of games. Nosov walks the line, gets to the center point over to Newberg. Newberg to Kyle Stevens. Oh, cross ice pass. He had Ivechkin, but he whiffed on it. Back over to Stevens. That was not a good pass by Merrigan. Stevens down near the goal line. You're not going to score from there, or not often. Merrigan had that go off his stick over to Ivechkin. Ivechkin. Oh, boy, he's looking. He gets it to Nosov, one-timer, and that one went off the shoulder, and I don't even think Cosentino knew it. It goes out of play, and we'll have a face-off here with 1:05 to go on the power play.
It's a big cross-ice feed as we get our media timeout. It's a good shoulder save by Mike Cosentino as we'll take a break here.
Back with more. No score still early on here on DelawareThunder.com. And so we are back right into this power play. 1:05 remaining on it. And 5.5 minutes into first period action. D'Angelo on the draw. Cosentino, we were mentioning before the break, that one did hit off of his shoulder, and he didn't even realize it because you could see him make that last-second reaction to it.
Well, we talked about Bab and how he was very, stiff and always in the right spot. Cosentino's a little bit more like Jonathan Quick. He's a little more flaily, but he does make the save, and he gets out to the puck, as that one was too easy for him.
Yeah, Merkel's shot from the point. That would not be Germany's Prime Minister Angela Merkel, but another Merkel in MJ Merkel, the rookie, 6 foot, 207 pounds, from Binghamton, New York.
It's funny, Binghamton is a big hockey hub. That's why Binghamton and Elmira, when Elmira was in the league, was able to get so many players, so many talented players. A lot of colleges right in that area that produce some pretty good talent. Not that this guy, Nosev, is from anywhere near there.
Russian-born. There's a shot and another one that Cosentino struggled with a little bit off the shoulder pad. Nosev over to Newberg, left circle, and it'll go through the slot area. Ivechkin back to Nosev. Nosev pulling it back, dragging the puck, looking top of the circle. Waiting. He gets it off to Stevens, back to Nosev, waiting. Now Stevens again, Ivechkin. And again, they're keeping him to the outside. Stevens waited, over to Nosev, lost it. Great play by Lucchese to slide in front. And this power play has 13 seconds remaining now. Lucchese backhanded it, but into a dangerous area. Oganezov to Ivechkin, and a nice breadbasket save. And Cosentino is getting a little jostly there in front with Josh Newberg.
Remember, Mike Cosentino in Binghamton got into an altercation with Tyler Becker, who's not playing tonight. So this Binghamton team knows that, and I don't think the Black Bears like Cosentino and vice versa. That's how it's been all season thus far, and now Cosentino gets some time against them. And I'll tell you, if Cosentino gets a win, that's the last laugh in his first start against them.
Absolutely, and we know Harley White can throw him a little bit, as we talked about last night with his 7 minutes in penalties earlier in the season. 6 seconds left on this power play. Alekin will be coming out of the box. 13:23 remaining in the first period. D'Angelo back out there. Alessi and Miracle now back to the point. And moving with it in front was D'Angelo. Then another rebound by Alessi. D'Angelo out the other side. Threw it through the crease. Power play over. Back to even strength. Dumping it back in deep was Merkel. And it floated through the crease. Miracle back to Merkel. And that one, again, right into the crest of Cosentino for a stoppage. And we talked about it, Mike, that the Thunder came out, had a good rhythm, but that power play kind of throws you off course a bit.
Right, but it's important to get momentum back with the kill. If they give up a goal there, it's tough. It really is. Then you're fighting back after you had a good start. Now this team doesn't need to do that. That's a kill, and they get the momentum. That is very good for them, and it's something they haven't had too much success with.
Just over 7 minutes into first period play. Alekin out there, and he takes Shea Rabinowitz, former Thunder player, off the puck. Rolls around behind the net. Strosky playing in just his second game here for the Binghamton Black Bears. Oganezov just wildly fires that. They're going to say no icing. And it'll go all the way back into the right corner here. Brennan after it. Makes a nice move, gets it out, but Alekin unable to corral the puck, and Merrigan will settle it down over to Oganezov, who will flick it wildly behind Cosentino, and that will be an icing.
If you saw Cosentino there, he's like, should I catch or should I not? He made the smart play, let it go as it was well behind the red line. Mike Cosentino early, so seeing a lot of shots like we talked about. Binghamton with a smart start to this game. Lots of shots on goal, and Cosentino's had every answer.
Yeah, Cosentino on the year, a 3.07 goals against, .931 save percentage. Quite good, especially with a team that gives up plenty of shots, although he has not seen a ton of action in the early season. Here's a shot from the point by Hansen. Behind the net, Lucchese tries to backhand it in front of Brandon Beard. Shea Rabinowitz found it, but he gave it away. Hansen from the point, right along the ice. Harley White found it, lost it, and then gets it back. And definitely a lot of pushing and shoving after the whistles here, as these two teams know each other all too well, with matchup number 5 already on the season.
Well, it's Oganezov. It seems like he gets into it a bit, and over the summer, Oganezov was actually signed by this Delaware Thunder team. He was traded in the offseason to the Binghamton Black Bears, and he's a regular in the lineup and has played pretty well against this Thunder team. First matchup against them, he did score a goal, and since he's played solid in his own zone, and he's not afraid to throw the body.
I think one of the things we forget, Mike, is that this is an expansion team that's off to a 6-4 start. Binghamton, they've played very well this season, albeit they've played this Thunder team plenty, but they put together a nice group here under head coach Rod Davidson, who's quite a guy. We'll talk more about him a little bit later. As Ivechkin gets it, backhand pass to Stevens, who receives it on the backhand. And a nice defensive effort, but it's going to lead to a penalty against the Thunder as Brady Hansen just got a little bit too much. And they might get both guys here.
They are going to get both guys, yep.
And Hansen's looking around like, was it me? And I don't know if they're calling Hansen or if it was another player that headed to the bench. We'll take a look at the replay up here in the booth. Initially, it was just going to be one penalty. As Noah Wild was questioning the call here. 11:54 here in the first period. No score between the Thunder and the Black Bears. Glad you could join us here on Military Appreciation Night. Dave Garson, Mike Basile here with all the action as the officials figure this one out.
I believe it's going to be 4-on-4. It looked like when Noah Wild, he went 1-1 and the ref just shook his head yes. I think it might be a double rough or a rough and a high stick. Hansen definitely a rough. And I think the stick came up high on Brady Hansen from Kyle Stevens.
And who am I to listen to Brady Hansen over there saying, me? Penalty? Like every other hockey player in the world who never thinks he takes a penalty.
So no manpower change, just one less man on for each team.
Yes, 4 aside as it's, let's see who they get these penalties on. It looks like Kyle Stevens and Brandon Beard. Unless they have the number wrong, but it appears Brandon Beard got that call. Merkel at the point, nevertheless, 4-on-4. Merrigan, right point, waits, gets it over to Merkel. Merkel, line firing, and again, Cosentino did not see it. I don't believe it got through to the net. Back the other way. Here's Lucchese. Lucchese fires the wrister wide of that right post. And a helmet coming loose here. Is that Liam Little's helmet? No, that's Lucchese's helmet who came off. Ivechkin moving back. Ivechkin, dazzling move in, and it just squirted to the left of Cosentino. Newberg back in. Ivechkin is just such a talented hockey player. The understatement of the century. Here comes McNally from left to right, now in the right circle. Into the body of Morgan, who threw it out in front, and getting the rebound was Wild. And I have no idea why the official blew it. He says he lost sight, but that puck was loose as it came into the chest area of Noah Wild, and he tried to get it down to his stick.
Well, I think the official's seen some after-curricular activities, and since that, he blows the whistle early here. Did I say that wrong? Yeah, right. Extracurricular.
Extracurricular.
After the whistle.
That's a new after-school activity that Mike has created here.
Oh, my.
It's
been a day, huh, Dave?
Oh, yes, indeed.
I saw you giggling. I was like, that didn't sound good. But, no, in all seriousness, that's got to be the reason why they got to be quick to blow the whistle when these two teams meet.
And in all seriousness, this is one of 40 jobs that Mike Basile has on game day. No kidding. And here's D'Angelo trying to get muscled off by Joey Brennan. And finally, Justin Natras comes away with a puck in the right corner. Now out to center ice. Noah Wild, who's certainly had a lot of energy the last couple games. Wild moving behind the net all the way around. He's got Brennan at the point, who receives the puck now. Brennan back deep. That's Morgan. Threw it out in front, and it's in the net! I believe deflected in by Noah Wild. 1-0 Thunder.
Noah Wild, absolutely beautiful. He lights the lamp for the Delaware Thunder, and it's 1-0 good guys. Get to the front of the net, and good things will happen. Oganezov's not happy about something. He went right over to the official, but it looked like that was all stick from Noah Wild.
A little bit of a broken play, kind of like the Alekin goal last night, as that one was just thrown out in front, and I'm pretty sure Noah Wild got a piece of it, as it'll come on for his side. Hockey 1-0 Thunder. And I must say, every game I've called this year, the Thunder have scored first, although they have not won.
Every goal, every game, they score the first goal. You're 100% right.
They bring their A game early when I'm here. Eberhardt, muscled off by Merrigan. It's going to come out into the neutral zone. Wild getting credit. Eberhardt around behind the net, tried to throw it back out in front to Lucchese. McNally across to Moritz. Getting the assist, Adam Morgan on that one. Lucchese firing and a kick save by Harley White, and the puck will now come back out to the center ice circle.
It's a big save by Harley White as Lucchese had some time in the slot, hit that right toe as both men are released from the box, Dave, back to 5-on-5. And it was Brandon Beard. I want to go down after the period, see what that call was on him.
That might have been one of those where they just found another number and threw him in the box. Merrigan behind his own net. There's a shot by Hansen, and it bounces all the way around to the near side, kept in by Timothy Payne. Oh, he's got a man down low. That's Brandon Beard firing one but not two shots. And unable to get in there for the rebound was Adam Morgan, the third rebound. Merrigan now settles things down, clears it out, and let's see if this one has enough steam. It will not, as Brady Hansen gets back. 9:13 remaining. First period, 1-0 Thunder on the goal by Noah Wild. Assisted by Adam Morgan, who had it there. And it's picked off by Miracle, who falls. And Ovechkin has it. He's muscled off nicely in the corner there, and we're getting some physicality here. Merkel wide open in front. Great save. D'Angelo is stoned twice. And now another rebound, and it's steered wide by Miracle. He had a net yawning at him, but they still have it. Merkel from the point winds, and he broke his stick in half, throws it to the ice, and oh boy, we got a lot of action here.
That's got to be the worst sound you can hear as a player when you go to flex it and it just breaks on you. But I will say, Delaware might have had a gripe if they scored there. Brady Hansen was knocked down from behind in the corner there, so all that came from that little play right there.
And Cosentino might have had a gripe as well, as he was caught up with a couple of players to his right and was struggling to get back in the net. Alessi, again, he scored twice yesterday. Tries to dish one out in front to Gavin Abbott. Big hit in the corner there, and then coming up with a stick was a Thunder player on Halessi. This one's just going to be dumped on to Harley White, who steers it into the corner to his left. Noah Wild, the lone goal scorer, in the corner. Oh, he's taken down, and he's grabbing his helmet. That's definitely a penalty. And then Stevens goes after Liam Little. Oh, old-time 80s hockey is breaking out here at the Thunderdome.
Wild's down. He got his head crushed into the ice from behind there. That might be a major. That's a really bad play.
It should be, because there was a little bit of an extra motion there at the end as we take a look at the replay here. And we'll see if the training staff comes out. I believe we're at the media timeout marker anyway. So we'll clear up all these penalties, and we'll be back with more. Thunder on top, 1-0 on a Noah Wild goal. And so we are back. It's rocking here at the Thunderdome, and a power play here for the Thunder, but it's only a 2-minute minor against Merkel.
And Dave, the only reason I thought it was going to be a major, because I know the league's trying to crack down on head contact. That could be another 2, but that one goes uncalled as well. I just believe anything to the head's got to be a double minor.
Morgan right into the chest, and the logo on that shot against Harley White. Power play just underway. MJ Merkel from the Binghamton area getting that call.
Well, whether your power play has struggled or not, it's always something exciting when you're up a man. You have a chance. You got the extra body. Get some shots on net. I like what Morgan did early.
Joey Brennan with a puck. He scored the first goal last night. Morgan wound up that wrister off to the side of the net, and a good save. Harley White got that left pad over there, and guess what? It's that same mooring that's been coming off quite a bit this season. And one of my notes in the pregame that I did mention, was the Thunder's inability, once they do take a lead, to build upon it.
Right.
They have a 1-0 lead. You get a power play. Oh, would it be nice to take a 2-0 lead?
Well, you talked about it. This is one of those things that they need to succeed on to be able to get wins at the end of the day, and they just haven't. They go up 1-0, and Binghamton comes back and ties it. And, this is a huge chance here.
Lucchese from the dot, and that one got caught up in bodies. Noah Wild tried to fire and hit another body. Over to the side, Morgan, and a blocker saved by Harley White. Got to get it more elevated than just that and get it through some of those bodies. Lucchese getting it to Morgan as they reverse positions. Oh, that one came across, and the official waved it off, and coming back is Nosen. Morgan gets back defensively to deflect that one up and out of play, and that puck did come across from our vantage point, which is a good one, but they'll let it go. Nonetheless, the Black Bears got it out of the zone. 6:56 in the period, 1-on-1 on the power play. The penalty to Merkel. We'll have Kyle Stevens matched up against Liam Little. I saw him warming up in the arena before the game. Very intense guy, and has definitely shown himself to be a strong, energizing player for this team.
Liam Little's one of those guys who's right to work every morning, right to work after practice, obviously during practice as well, but this is a guy who really works hard, and it shows on the ice. Like we said, he's one of those guys not going to score goals, but he's an energizer as he's in.
And he moves in below the circle, dropping back to Natras, the goal-scoring machine.
He wanted me to look real bad.
He was looking for another one there. Asselin wearing 22 tonight, not 33. Natras walks the line, throws it into the corner. Now we'll get it back to the point. Moritz. And a turnaround shot by Alekin goes wide. Slowly comes to Natras. 20 seconds on the power play. Walking in. Liam Little went down on one knee, lost it. Kyle Stevens comes out. 10 seconds on the power play as it's flung into the corner, and Moritz will retrieve.
That's a good little play there by Liam Little. He gets to the soft spot. I love the bumper spot on the power play, and that's right where Little went to.
And the power play is now over. As you heard, Cosentino knock the stick on the ice. Not as many goalies do that anymore to alert their team of the power play expiring. This one will come all the way down and will be an icing. 5:41 now remaining. First period, 1-0 on the goal by Noah Wild. His second goal of the season, assisted by Adam Morgan. His third assist on the year. And Mike, again, you get the goal, but you'd love to go into that locker room at the end of the first with a 2-goal lead.
Yeah, you really would. And it's Noah Wild who's been involved all night, whether it's drawing penalties, scoring goals. He's been the Thunder's best player, in my opinion, this weekend, and it really hasn't been particularly close.
Here's Morgan circling into the slot along the ice and then rebounded. And another opportunity there. That was Lucchese getting in there with two swats at the puck. He's got it back. Oh, he tried the pass in front, but Merrigan intercepts. And back the other way come the Black Bears. Joey Brennan will toss it behind the net now. And flinging it up is Timothy Payne. Gavin Abbott has it right below our vantage point here, high atop the arena here at the Thunderdome. Timothy Payne. Oh, that going up high there was Ostrowski, who doesn't get a ton of ice time. Timothy Payne just dumping it in, under 5 minutes to play now. Harley White backhands it. Ostrowski has it here on the near side, and back out they come. It's Ivechkin. Oh, nice stick save. That one went flush off the stick. Cosentino, a nice job. This first line out there, Stevens, Newberg, Ivechkin, and the Ovechkin, the other one, had a hat trick last night. There's a pass in front intended for Alekin, and it'll just roll in on Harley White. We've got a media timeout. We will take a break. Back with more with the score. Delaware Thunder 1 and the Binghamton Black Bears nothing. And so we are back. Face off to the left of Harley White. Brandon Beard taking it. He won it forward. Oganezov in a battle there with Alekin. Now on the side, Holesi feeds it out to Miracle to center ice. Moritz will just dump it back. A pretty swiftly moving first period here. 4:07 in this stanza. And an offsides, actually a penalty has been identified by the lead official. And it's going to be a trip. The official talks it over with Newberg. And speaking of Newberg, we had that instance in last night's game when he took his team and got them together during the media timeout and just laid into them. And you mentioned it wasn't a nastiness. It was, guys, we're facing a team that doesn't have a win. Let's get after it.
Right. And that was Olesi going to the box there for a trip right on the red line right in front of us here. And at first it looked like the ref threw the arm up late, and then it kind of started coming down, and he kept it up there. It was one of those.
Dangerous here. Short-handed is Newberg. Flying in, and a great glove save as he initially popped it up in the air. Cosentino whips it around, and a short-handed opportunity. We had images of Ivechkin and last night, but that time Cosentino with the good save. Here, the power play, 1:49 to go on it, under 4 minutes here in this first session of play. Merrigan chasing after the puck. It's behind his own net. He hit the lower kick plate of the board. And now it's Lucchesi dropping it back to Eberhardt. Eberhardt floats it around. Lucchesi tried to get it. Intercepted by Oganesev and all the way down as Adam Morgan and Joey Brennan will retreat. Line changes abound here. 1:22 on the power play. Eberhardt trying to get it at center ice. Not a great power play here right now for the Thunder as they struggle to get the offensive zone attack in order. Moving down the right wing side was Lucchesi. Now dropped back. A shot by Morgan. Hit some skates in front. Alekin now has it.
Well, it's just the Delaware Thunder struggling to really get set up again. A couple clears early and everything from the outside. Morgan shot through a lot of traffic, and it's just a bit sloppy for me right now, Dave.
Absolutely. Couldn't agree more. This, speaking of the devil, and the puck being the devil there as it comes back out to center ice. Just 40 seconds left in the man advantage. Morgan turns up ice. Drops it back. That's Lucchesi into the corner to Alekin. Alekin circling, waiting. Moritz is now on the ice. He gets back to his right point position. That one's dumped in front in some skates. Alekin tried to get to it, but it comes back out. 20 seconds now to go. Thunder with a 1-0 lead on the goal by Noah Wild, his second of the season.
It's just more from the Thunder. Like you said, they got to stretch the lead. They had two big chances on the power play. Doesn't look like they're going to be able to come up with it. Maybe one last chance.
Asselin has it. Cross pass, and it's a shot. And I believe that was Morgan that fired it, and Harley White got a piece of it. Penalty expires. 2 minutes to go.
It was a good end to the power play for Delaware. Got a couple shots late. But again, it's just too little too late for this team.
The dangle by Kyle Stevens walks in. Is it behind? Well, it's behind the net, not in the net. Goes back to the point. Nosef winds, fires, blocked in front. And scooted out. Brandon Beard with a nice play defensively.
Brandon Beard's been good in that zone this weekend. He almost had a goal yesterday. He went back and told me he thought he did have one yesterday as that one's deflected out of play. Dave, remember that first goal that we talked about? We're going to get a penalty here. But that first goal, we thought, hey, did Beard score? That looked in to me. He said he zoomed in. He thought it might have crossed the line.
Well, the naked eye up here in the booth, I thought it did as well.
And he's going to the box.
Yeah, Brandon Beard, his second penalty. We don't know quite if he was really the culprit on the first one.
I don't think it had to be Brady Hansen.
Well, think about it. He got a goal taken away, he feels, and he got a penalty he didn't deserve.
Right.
That's not fair, as they say. 1:30, 90 seconds on that first period clock, and a penalty. This will be power play number 2, I believe, here for Binghamton. And this is danger zone if you're the Thunder. You're playing with fire with this Binghamton team late in the period. Kyle Stevens, he's got Nosef top of the circle. Nosef back to Ivechkin, over to Kyle Stevens, bounces around to the corner to Newberg. Newberg back to the point, Nosef walks the line, back over left side to Newberg. Newberg walks in, fires, and hit a body in front, and out it goes. I have to say, overall, the Thunder have played well defensively in front of Cosentino, as he's only had to make maybe one or two more difficult saves.
Sometimes that's all it needs, a change of pace.
Ivechkin, Dipsy doing his way in, but defensively the Thunder hold. Noah Wild now in it with Nosov. He's getting support from Luke Casey. And now it looks like McNally's going to try to get to it. He clears it back into the boards. 40 seconds to go in the period. 1:07 on the power play.
Noah Wild, that's offside.
Yes, it was, but they don't call it. Nosov walking right on in, and the shot gets deflected into the corner. Ivechkin back. Nosov pulls back, fires, and a good save by Cosentino off the shoulder pads. Nosov again fires one. Cosentino bobbled him slightly like a grounder shortstop, and he clears it into the corner. And there's 10 seconds to go. Noah Wild streaking out. Here's Noah Wild, and it's deflected up and out of play. 6.6 on the clock. 37 seconds left on the power play, and once again, Noah Wild showing his stuff.
I really like Noah Wild's game, especially this evening. He's been absolutely phenomenal in period number one, blocking shots, scoring goals, doing absolutely everything to help his team win this game. And Newberg's going to the locker room. I know there's only 6 seconds till the next period, but you usually don't leave the bench early.
That would be a huge loss for Binghamton. Back at the point, Natras dumping it in as this period will run its course. At the end of one, the Delaware Thunder won and the Binghamton Black Bears nothing. They will carry over a power play into the second. And when we come back, we will have the Holiday Inn Express first period intermission report. Again, the score, the Thunder up 1-0 against the Binghamton Black Bears. Back with the intermission report right after this. Back here on the Holiday Inn Express first period intermission, Dave Garson, joined by Mike Basile in just a moment here. At the end of one, the Thunder with a 1-0 lead. All in all, a decent period by this Thunder team. Goal being scored by Noah Wild, his second of the season, assisted by Adam Morgan. It was a nice feed, a little bit of a broken play, his third assist. And that's how the Thunder have this 1-0 lead as they are in that full-out search for victory number one coming into this game at 0-6. Binghamton 6-4. Remember, matinee hockey tomorrow, 3 o'clock. Be on the air here at 2:45 with the pregame show as the Danbury Hat-Tricks are coming into town. First time we've seen Danbury this year, so if you're looking for tickets, DelawareThunder.com. Great crowd on hand here tonight. Military Appreciation Night as the Thunder have donned those camouflage jerseys. I was watching our feed here. I saw that Babin's grandma said Trevor's jersey's up to $390.
Oh, my.
Which is great. So we want to keep getting the bids up on all the players, not just Trevor, who has been an outstanding goalie this year. And speaking of goaltending, Mike Constantino getting the start tonight. Mike, as you join me now in the booth, doing a nice job, steady in the net. But again, it's the little things that you had some concerns with as we went off air in the first period. Just, getting pucks to the net, making the smart plays.
Yeah, and to me, it's just, this is a team that, like we know, has struggled to find the back of the net, get shots on goal. And when you have power play chances, that's your prime time for that, right? So to me, when the puck's not getting to the net and it's too much on the outside, it's just, it gets frustrating. And I know it's for the players and everything, and they're trying to get pucks through, I know, but you just got to find that soft spot. That bumper spot is very dangerous where Little was. Just couldn't get it going to the net. But this is a team that looked much better in that first period.
Yeah, and the power play, the last one was a little sloppy. They got it set up towards the end of it, but it's going to be very important special teams on both sides. Getting a nice power play goal to extend the lead, but also continuing to do a nice job on the penalty kill, keeping those high threat scores like Ivechkin and Newberg to the outside. But they've done a pretty good job with it.
They have, and Nikita Ivechkin is always going to get free. You can't stop him. You can only hope to slow him down.
Contain
and that's what
him,
they've
right?
done. Yes,
you
have to contain him. Keep him to the outside so when he shoots, at least give Mike Constantino a chance to stop it. And that's what they've done. But he's probably going to get free at some point. So that's why we talk about you need those extra goals, that cushion.
Absolutely, and we are going to take a timeout here on the Holiday Inn Express first period intermission. We'll be back with some college football scores, some NHL scores, some FHL scores. We got it all for you. Stay with us here. 1-0 Delaware on top here at the end of one period of play. And back here on the Holiday Inn Express first period intermission. Dave Garson here. I'll have some scores with me here in just a second here. They continue to run in. How about Penn State? Oh, sorry, Penn State fans. Got your hopes up there. They ended up losing 30-27 today. Right now, college football scores. LSU up 10-0 over Texas A&M. Oklahoma State just underway. Clemson with a 7-0 lead. Georgia, number one team in the country, with a 45-0 win. Oh, the big game. Michigan defeating Ohio State 42-27 earlier. Baylor 27-24 over Texas Tech. Wake Forest blew by Boston College. Houston, 24th in the country, putting a whipping on UConn 45-17. Get this, Alabama squeaking by Auburn in 4 overtimes, 24-22 earlier today.
Overtimes. They only scored 24 and 22?
Well, they have that new rule in college football.
With the 2 points.
It's ridiculous. Minnesota with the upset over Wisconsin 23-13. In the NHL, how about those Seattle Kraken leading the Florida Panthers 2-1 at the end of 2. But don't sleep on Florida. They are pretty outstanding. Penguins and Canadians. Penguins who beat, that Islanders team, Mike, last night. No score there at the end of 1. The Oilers are up 2-0 over the Golden Knights. As we continue with that NHL scoreboard, LA Kings 1-0 over the Senators. Sabres Red Wings, no score at the end of 1. And the rest of the action a little bit later tonight. In FHL action, Watertown leads Columbus 1-0 at the end of 1. And Danbury leads Carolina 2-1. And here at the Thunderdome, the Delaware Thunder on a goal by Noah Wild lead 1-0 over the Binghamton Black Bears. We will have second period action for you right after this. And so we're back ready for second period action as the Delaware Thunder lead it 1-0 over Binghamton. Liam Little will take the draw with Josh Newberg, who appears to be just fine after leaving a little bit early. McNally back into his own zone. Newberg with a quick shot, and that one wristed wide. Ovechkin back to the point. There's Merkel. He lets go of a shot, and it was deflected into the corner off the pad of Cosentino on the power play to start here, by the way, with 10 more seconds to go on the Brandon Beard penalty.
That's why McNally got the free pass on the icing there. Harley White came out and played it. Busy weekend here in Delaware, 3-3.
Absolutely. Ovechkin, speaking of being busy, and he's busy scoring goals quite often. The league leader, power play over. Just over 30 seconds into play here. Here's Eberhardt on that left wing side, moving in, floats one to the net. He was looking for the deflection, as that was Brandon Beard coming out of the box, possibly trying to get him the puck on the pass. Oganezov will get it out, and there he is again. Ovechkin, he made the dangle, but he got tied up with Timothy Payne, and Timothy Payne gets up off his backside, and the puck was sitting right there for him. An errant pass, and Alekin was trying to get to it. Binghamton has it now. Newberg still with the puck, dumps it into that far corner. Over a minute into play now, second period. Alekin streaking with the puck, one-on-one with Nosip. Alekin tried the cut-in move, unable to get much on it. And a lead pass to D'Angelo now, and a penalty back behind the play against Nosip. So the official behind the play caught Nosip, who is not too pleased, as he's got the clear facial shield on. And
the referee doesn't want anything to hear, because Nosip came to the box talking. He said, did you see what he did? But I guess he didn't. They always get the second guy, Dave. Yeah. You know that.
Just like when you have brothers or sisters, right? Always the second action that gets called or parented upon.
Yeah.
As Nosip will go to the box. And he was mouthing some, we'll just say some unkind words through that clear shield. Face off to the right of Harley White. Eberhardt out there with Morgan and Noah Wild, the goal scorer. There's a shot right on net. And an easy one for Harley White.
Well, these two teams have really settled in. The first couple of games, high scoring. I know 5-3 is not particularly low scoring, but compared to a 7-6 game, these two teams played much better defensively last night.
Absolutely, as Berrigan clears it down. And in the Federal League, you're going to see a lot of shots and a lot of goals. That's just the way it is with players moving up and down the lineup. Here is Lucchese. Lucchese from left now to the right, all the way back behind the net. And he still has the puck, and I don't know if he knows where he wants to go with it. Finally lays on the stick of Brennan, and Brennan will now get it back on the feed from Wild. Now back on the far side of Lucchese. Cross-ice pass to no one in particular. Noah Wild corrals it back to Brennan. Brennan's going to walk the line, then turn, pivot, and get it over to Eberhardt, who dishes into the corner to Morgan. Morgan turning, firing. It was at the stick blade of the goaltender White. And 1:08 on the power play. Eberhardt tried the quick pass to Lucchese in the corner. Lucchese behind Morgan, throw it out in front, but it's picked up by Kyle Stevens. And Stevens will wait, and then dish it in to the right corner.
You see, I like that power play from Delaware. Puck movement, shots towards the net. Harley White had to make a couple saves. It's just not all coming together for me still, though, Dave.
It is not. Just not enough high-quality opportunities, as that one goes right back behind a Cosentino. Asselin wearing 22 tonight. He had 33 last night. Game 2 of a 3-game holiday hockey weekend. Morgan streaking in top of the circle. Deflected. It did not go out of play. It is cleared all the way down by the Black Bears. Just 25 seconds left on the man advantage as we've ticked under 3 minutes in to this second period.
I know Morgan takes a lot of shots, but he also gets a lot blocked. That means he's not creating enough space for himself, and you got to be able to do that if you're trying to be a scorer at this level.
Alekin stopped on a dime. He scored last night. Tries to set up the cycle in the corner, but it is out. And skating hard down the left wing side is Ovechkin. Watch out. That puck is deflected. Losing his stick on the deflection was Moritz. Into the corner. Natras throws it back. And Moritz behind. And that one just came out to center as the power play ended a couple of seconds ago. Oganezov will throw it up. Tried to get it in the neutral zone. It came right back to him. And he lead passes it up to Ovechkin. Ovechkin streaking towards the middle. Dishes it off to Newberg. Ovechkin takes a spill. Might have been upended by Natras. Behind the net, Stevens. Stevens on the backhand to Newberg. And that one went well wide and all the way back out to center ice.
Natras has a few words for Ovechkin on the way out of the zone. And that's just a good veteran play by Natras. Throw the body on the leading scorer. Try and take him off his game.
Stevens tried the 360 move Intercepted and coming back out the other way was Lucchese, but regrouping and throwing it in. That will not be an icing are the Black Bears. Very limited amount of whistles here in this second period. 15:35. There's Noah Wild looking for his second goal of the game. That one steered into the corner by Darling. Kept in for a second by Brandon Beard, but Darling will wrist it right around the other way. Intercepted by Timothy Payne, and struggling for a second was the goaltender Harley White. Some extracurriculars, or after-curriculars as we mentioned earlier, in front of the net.
See, this is one where I don't want to see any penalties. It's a little bit after the whistle. It happens. It's fine. But they might take a guy or two here. I don't want to see any manpower from this. That's one of those things. You know what I'm saying, Dave?
Yeah, absolutely. Let them play. You talk about it in football sometimes, the hand checking with the wide receivers and the defensive back. Let it go.
I don't think they are going to take anyone.
And that's good. Face off to the left of Harley White as he makes some adjustments to the old equipment, tightening up those hockey pants.
I think it was Brandon Beard who ended up on top of him there. Beard's been in the midst of a lot of back and forth here. Been in the penalty box twice tonight already, like we said. One time we don't even think it was him still.
Yeah, and he almost scored a goal that was, well, we still think went in. But we do want to see more offense out of Brandon Beard.
Right, he's a guy who gets some power play time. He does definitely get penalty kill time as well. This is a guy who needs to start scoring goals for this team. And he gets to the right areas, they'll start falling.
Nosov off the draw. It's kept in by Timothy Payne as he gloved it down. He takes a look, that spins it into the right corner. And Adam Morgan unable to come up with it. And right back out the center. Regrouping is Lucchese. Backhand pass to Brandon Beard. Back to Lucchese. Lucchese and Morgan miscommunication city right there. Not smart. I'm going to blame that one on Adam Morgan for crossing the line too early. We got a media timeout. Just under 15 minutes left here in the second period. 1-0 Thunder. And so we are back here, second period, 5 minutes, 2 seconds in. Back to live action, 1-0 Thunder. Puck coming out to the red line. And dumped back in, and Oganezov will get it as Harley White settled things down. Glad you could join us. Dave Garson here, along with Mike Basile. Harley White just gave it right back to the point. Moritz lets it go, and it flew away into the net behind the goaltender Harley White. Binghamton wearing the road whites, the Kelly Green Binghamton logo in the front, and the Kelly Green numbers. Thunder donning their, I guess you could say, gray and navy camouflage with the American flag style up near the neck, and the gray, navy, and a little bit of black on the socks. Draw to the right of Harley White, won by Binghamton, and they'll come up right along this near side, and it's backhanded up by Moritz. And thanks to whomever brought up some chicken poppers here into the booth.
Oh, yeah.
Ivechkin back to Kyle Stevens, back to Newberg, and that one stayed on the side of the net, somehow rolled into Constantino's pads. And keep those nuggets away.
We almost had to throw out the chicken nuggets right away. We hear the banging on the door down there. I'm like, hey, we're on. But, hey, we're not going to complain with
when people bring us food, we're not going to say no.
No. I was just like, I got the headphones on. I can't hear. But he said, bring it on over. But that's a good play in front of the net by McNally. Stevens, he knew exactly where he was going, right in front. McNally pushed it back to his goalkeeper. A smart play.
Ivechkin. Always dangerous, had it momentarily, but Noah Wild now streaks up past the red line and across the blue line. And he centers it to Liam Little, who's muscled off the puck. That was Merkel. Now a shot from the point by Moritz goes wide. Merkel has it. He backhands it, and that went up into the benches. Head coach Penn's back behind the bench tonight, donning the nice blue tie, looking stellar as always, Coach Penn's.
Well, if you want to see the pregame interview, quickly still catch it on our Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. And
at least one person looked stellar on that interview.
All right, Dave.
That's one in the Dave column tonight. Well, actually make that two with the after-curriculars that occurred.
Yes.
Face off to the left here of Harley White. Merkel trying to hit Miracle. Say that 10 times fast. As Timothy Payne goes behind his own net. Nice breakout. Quickly up and out. Not quite. Ooh, that did cross. So that gives the Thunder an opportunity to regroup in their own zone. Payne with the pass.
Whoa.
I believe that was Alekin on this side. Actually, Brady Hansen now with it. And he'll dump it in. We got a little bit of a blind spot up here in the booth, and that right beneath us as we sit up top the scorer's table. Miracle bodied off the puck. Nice job by Timothy Payne. Keeps running right out in front and dished back, and a goal, and they're going to wave it off. It was dished back up front to Miracle, but the net came off. That was a very much broken play, and they're going to wave that off, although the Black Bears think otherwise.
The net was way off for sure. Did it have an impact on the play? Probably not, but the net came off the moorings, therefore no goal. If you're a Black Bears fan, you're undoubtedly going to be upset as we watch the replay. It wasn't even close. Cosentino, almost said Babin there, Cosentino knocked the pegs off well before. We're going to have a chat here, though, it looks like.
Well, Babin's grandma will not mind an extra mention of Trevor, who sits comfortably on the bench tonight. Cosentino playing well. Shots 20-16 at last check in favor of the Black Bears. And the officials chatting it over. Josh Newberg, one of the leaders of this team, saying, come on, that one went in. It did cross the line, but the net was off its moorings. And the officials still talking it over. I don't know, Mike. I don't see the argument there.
No, Coach Rod Davidson did want to speak to the official, but he said because your players are getting in my way, I'm not going to talk to you. So I don't think Coach Rod Davidson ever got the answer he was looking for here.
We mentioned him briefly earlier. Rod Davidson, great guy. He was just hanging out in the pro shop before the game, relaxed, but also a great coach as he has this expansion team off to a 6-4 start. Merrigan back in the neutral zone. Kyle Stevens backhands it in offsides. I believe Ivechkin beat him in a little early. And Ivechkin has something to say to Darling.
And you saw Josh Newberg. He wanted the chip in there he called for. And obviously Kyle Stevens did not make the play he wanted to. So not too happy, miscommunication.
Saw some of the Russian contingent speaking in Russian. By the way, I got a little Russian in me. So I couldn't speak Russian to them, but I could identify it as Russian.
I think I could, too.
Yeah, I think anybody could. I was setting you up there to get me back.
Yeah.
12:55 to go. Second period, 1-0 Thunder on the go by Noah Wild. That was assisted by Adam Morgan in that first period. Speaking of Adam Morgan, a nice dish up, and breaking with the puck here are the Thunder. Throw it out in front, and an opportunity for Lucchese. And that one was knocked away by the goaltender, Harley White. Shot for the point, deflected, and in it goes! I think that's Alekin that's going to get it. Alekin with his second goal of the season, as we believe it was deflected. He scored one last night. It was a big one. This one's another big one as the Thunder take a 2-0 lead.
Justin Natras gets the shot on net. Wow, I know. Justin Natras shot on net. Artem Alekin with the tip. And it is 2-0 Thunder. The Thunder faithful are alive tonight. That's why we say it, Dave. Puck's on net.
Yes, Artem Alekin scoring last night. A very important goal. And getting on the board again. And it's very rare, at least during my broadcast, that the Thunder have a 2-goal lead.
Right.
2-0 in front of the home fans. Shea Rabinowitz tried to get to the puck there. Muscled around right beneath us here. And Oganezov getting it to Nosov. Gavin Abbott tried to corral it. Now it came to Rabinowitz. It was lost over there by Ostrowski and back in to the Black Bears side of the rink. 2-0, 8 minutes in, second period. In the corner, Brandon Beer comes away with it, spins, throws it to Liam Little, who lets it go, and it goes wide behind the net. Asselin has it, threw it out in front blindly, and Ostrowski gets it. Gavin Abbott up to Nosip. Nosip with a head of steam, tried to cut towards the middle, and having nothing of it was Moritz, who passes back to McNally. McNally chips it off the boards. Oganezov keeps it in. Ivechkin cuts towards the middle. That's his patented move. Tried to throw it in front. He was taken down. Penalty against the Thunder coming up here.
It's going to be Nick McNally for a hook, and that's a tough one to me, Dave. Anytime you're already off balance, I don't like giving the player the benefit of the doubt there, but that's what he gets here.
But that's that move that Ivechkin loves, where he just sort of uses the wrist very gently and cuts towards the middle of the ice, and he's picked off players left and right here.
All it takes is that little head fake, that little fake of the shot, and when you're as good and skillful as he is, it creates enough space for yourself.
You don't want to compare anybody to his sort of namesake, Ovechkin, but Ovechkin definitely has that maneuverability. As I mentioned, he had the big hat trick last night. Now 18 goals for Alexander Ovechkin on the season.
Unreal.
Power play here for the Black Bears. Ivechkin, Oganezov. They reverse positions, Nosov and Oganezov. Oganezov has it, top of the circle, down beneath the goal line now. Kyle Stevens moving up. Oganezov. You see a lot more players go below the goal line on power plays nowadays. There's Newberg, turn off the pads of Natras, but still in the zone. Natras just calmly flicks it behind the net, but Kyle Stevens was calmly waiting there. Ivechkin back to the point. Nosov walking the line, waiting, dishes back to Newberg. Newberg fires, and a blocker save by Cosentino. Oganezov back over here to Stevens. Stevens behind the net, being hounded by Brennan. Stevens, backhand feed. He'll get it back from Nosip. 1:09 on the power play, 10:33, second period clock. Ivechkin with a perfect feed, and Oganezov missed a yawning net.
That's one that they're going to wish they had back, and that's how the bounces have went for Binghamton so far.
Ivechkin top of the circle with a howitzer wrist shot, and it went well wide. Nosov waiting, comes into the slot, fires on a nice save. Constantino with another save on the rebound off of Kyle Stevens.
Mike Cosentino answers the call, back-to-back saves. First one through traffic, second one popped free, slides over, already down. That's tough to push right to left when you're already pretty much all fully on your stomach, but he makes the big save and keeps this a 2-0 game. And I know it could have been 1-1 there, but the luck the Delaware has got today, we have not seen all season.
46 seconds left on this power play. 2-0 the score. Alekin, who I believe officially was credited with the second goal there. Holesi back to Merkel. Winds, fires, hit a body in front. Comes right back to Holesi. Behind the skates, now to Merkel. Merkel fires it, deflected up and wide. Merrigan at the point, unable to clear on the Thunder. But now it'll come back on its own accord. Merkel gets it, 20 seconds left on the power play. Under 10 minutes remaining, second period. Thunder holding a 2-0 lead. Looking for that first win of the year. Merrigan floated it across. Holesi had it, dumped it in. 5 seconds on the power play. That'll just about do it as the Thunder clear it out. Merkel gets it back at his own blue line. Dishes to Miracle. Miracle lets one go. I don't know where that was headed, but it was clearly wide. Back around the other side. Noah Wild tried to get to it. Goes back to Merrigan. Merrigan to Holesi, who's been out there for a year. And it bounced in front and it goes in. I believe that's going to be Holesi, who I just referenced. He just randomly tossed it in front. D'Angelo was nearby, and I believe it might have hit off his skate in front. Potentially off of Timothy Payne, but the lead is cut in half as Holesi scores his third goal in the last 2 nights.
Well, that's huge. Delaware just killed the penalty. It looked like they were going to swing the momentum back their way, but unfortunately for them, Holesi's pass from behind the net, I think it actually hit the skate of Cosentino watching that again and just rolled in on him. It did, right?
I think so. I was distracted by the family connection. Jake Basile tuning in here. Making some comments about Adam Pellick. I don't know if I'd want to make any comments about the Islanders, saying that Pellick could cut down Ovechkin, but
well, he had. They beat him in 5, if we remember, but now back on track here. We got a 1-goal hockey game again, and Nikita Ivechkin's coming down this way.
Ivechkin losing. We'll continue that conversation at a later point as it comes back out to center here. 8:50 to go, and Ivechkin has it. There's no Adam Pelech to stop him here. He moves in. Backhander and a good pad save by Cosentino. And back out the other way. Nosov just gets it right back to Ivechkin. And Ivechkin on the backhand. Now to the forehand. And he still has it. Threw it out in front with the sprawling body of Cosentino, but it never did get on net. And all of a sudden, the Black Bears have become rejuvenated and are on all cylinders right now. Noah Wild looking to quiet that. Eberhard had it, picked it back up. Oh, he had an empty net, but was unable to back it in. And cherry picking was Ivechkin, but that puck is going to go into the corner, the old Pee-wee play where he was hanging behind. And back, Ivechkin got a shot off, and I think Cosentino got a piece of it. Back behind the play, Ivechkin had it. Now Luke Casey moving the other way. 2-on-2. Luke Casey and a stick save by Harley White. Back and forth action here following that power play.
This has been action-packed, Dave. Sorry to cut you off. You can't get a word in edgewise back and forth here, huh?
It is very, very good action. A deflection in front by Alekin looking for his second of the game. And now Miracle will backhand it out. Good hockey the last two nights between these teams. So far, not the result the Thunder want, although they have the lead here. Harley White back behind his net. And he backhands it up to Miracle, who feeds D'Angelo. Olesi up to Miracle. Mike, did we get an official word on that goal? Was it Olesi that got credit?
It was Olesi, and it looks like it will stick Olesi from what I see here. And, Dave, you know, I did get to see it again here. It looked like just off that skate of Cosentino went in. We'll take our media timeout with 7:07 to go in period number 2.
And so we are back here. Second period action from the Thunderdome. Dave Garson, Mike Basile.
Don't forget about Sue Lamb doing the camera.
Oh, otherwise known as Sue White, her stage name here with the broadcast. And Ben Rothstein joining us as well, producing tonight's game for us here on DelawareThunder.com. Adam Morgan with a streaking Brandon Beard. Morgan does not see that. He takes the backhand. Easy one for Harley White. Gavin Abbott has it, trying to feed Shea Rabinowitz. And the puck stays in the zone. Natras, he might have been called for a trip there. Gets up to Shea Rabinowitz, 1 against 2. Rabinowitz cuts towards the middle. Dishes off, and a shot by Ostrowski goes wide.
I think he definitely could have been called for a trip there, Dave. I know Binghamton has not been too happy with the officiating thus far. I hear a lot over there on the bench. That's the cool part about being where we are in between the two benches. Yeah. Left ear one team, right ear the other team. It's pretty cool.
Indeed. Ostrowski getting a shift. He doesn't get out there too much, as we mentioned. Darling wasn't skating so hard, and flying after it was Aslan, but it was going to be an icing anyway with 6:18 here in the second stanza. 2-1 to score. Goals by Noah Wild and Alekin, Artem Alekin, and the goal by Olesi. For Olesi, that's goal number 4 on the season, 3 of them coming in the last 2 nights. Dare I say, Mr. Ivechkin has been kept off the goal-scoring sheet.
Oh, no, you didn't. That's the announcer's jinx if I've ever seen it.
We're using the reverse jinx.
The reverse, okay.
And by the way, I took the hat off tonight, so that means the Thunder will win, as well as the prediction I made during the Holiday Inn Express pregame show. I did stay at a Holiday Inn Express last night. That's how I know these things. Ivechkin streaking in, wrister blocked. Nice block by Natras, and a penalty coming up.
Yeah, it was a trip in the neutral zone. I think it was, I want to say Brandon Beard again. Oh. I believe that's who they're shipping off. Yeah, it was Brandon Beard again. And it's going to be Beard sitting 2 for a trip. And now Delaware goes to the penalty kill with a new life. Binghamton Black Bears team here at the Thunderdome. Well, Dave, I'll ask you this question. I know it's usually the other way around, but how important is this kill?
Well, absolutely critical. I would actually like to see a shorty here by the Thunder. That would make me happy. Make it 3-1. 6 minutes to go. Power play here as Brandon Beard visits the sin bin once again. Ivechkin has it. Got to do the hash. Now it's back out to Nosov. Center point, Ivechkin looks, steers it over to Oganeza. Back to Ivechkin. What a save! Constantino throwing out the left pad, and it's a beautiful one indeed. Back to the point now. We will remember that one. Oganeza. Down to the goal line, down to Kyle Stevens. Over to Ivechkin. Ivechkin waits, fires, another save, Constantino. Another save, Constantino, as Ivechkin tried to hit it off his pad. And Constantino single-handedly keeping the score 2-1 Thunder.
Wow. Mike Constantino, that first save, I want to check back with. Cross ice pass, absolutely phenomenal. Flashed the pad out. Rebound came back out. Ivechkin ends up with it again about 15 seconds later. Tries to go 5-hole, then tries to bank it home.
Yeah, Ivechkin Ivechkin, as he likes to go by, had that opportunity. D'Angelo now 117 on the power play. Merrigan, Lessie scored that first goal here for Binghamton. Their one and only goal so far. Merrigan tried to throw it at the net. It hit some bodies in front, comes out to center ice. And now intercepting the pass with Timothy Payne, and Alekin throws it into the left corner. Merrigan backhands it to Merkel, and Merkel will move up 50 seconds to go on this man advantage. D'Angelo didn't see the pass coming, and that will allow the Thunder and Alekin to streak out shorthanded. Oh, he tried the little dangle, and he got tripped, and he drew the penalty.
You know what I see a little bit from Binghamton tonight, Dave? I see a little fatigue. I think they have played a lot for a short bench. Not only that, Ivechkin and company have played a lot of minutes these past two nights. I would say they're closing in on 35-40 between the two games, and we still got a full period and some.
And you got to think these two teams are just about sick of seeing each other. Game number 5 on the season. For the Thunder, this is game number 7. 5 of 7 games, other than the Carolina games, against the same team. Game number 11 here for the Black Bears. 5 of them against this Thunder squad. And we'll see a new team in town tomorrow in Danbury. The Danbury Hat-Tricks coming in for some matinee Sunday action. Newberg has it here, 30 seconds on the penalty to Beard, but a penalty on the board against Merkel as well, as we're 4 aside. Ivechkin, who definitely thrives in these situations with open ice. Nosov back at the point. It's a back to Ivechkin, who makes that cut move, tries the backhander. Newberg fires it. What a save, Constantino again!
That is impressive from Mike Constantino. Comes out, meets him at the top of the crease, and when you meet him there's not much to shoot out. He flashes out the shoulder, and that was headed right to that top corner.
Yeah, it was a little bit of the top of the shoulder pad and the armpit that made that one. We'll take a timeout. 2-1 Thunder in the remaining minutes here of this second period. And so we are back. 4:02 remaining. Second period. Dave Garson, Mike Basile here. Binghamton in the box. That's Merkel. 119 of power play time here for the Thunder, looking to regain the 2-goal lead. Lucchese dumping it into the zone. Merrigan goes and chases. Gives it right back to Lucchese. Lucchese behind the net. Morgan. Tough pass for Eberhardt to handle. Back to the point now. Brennan gives it to Eberhardt. Oh, a nice pass to Lucchese, and whipping back behind him was White to glove it down.
It's a huge save by Harley White. Quite frankly, that pass cross ice was the best pass I've seen all night that the Delaware Thunder made up a man, and that's what you have to do. You got to move the goaltender laterally because then a rebound will happen. Harley White happened to glove down the rebound there, but that's how you're going to score against White. He's very good when he sees the puck, and he's very quick. Get shots low, go fight for a rebound, and put it home.
Face off to the right of White here. Binghamton led by a goal by Sam Holesi. Cut it to 2-1. Goals by Noah Wild and Artem Alekin. His second goal in as many nights. It's 2-1 Thunder. Turnover City. Here goes Josh Newberg. And he went back to the forehand, and a glove save by Cosentino. He says no to Josh Newberg.
No, Mr. Cosentino says. And that glove was just up and up and up, and that's exactly, go back to yesterday, Noah Wild had a breakaway at this far end of the ice, and that's exactly what White did. He kept the glove up. These guys are trying to be fancy, beat the goalie glove side. Not going to work here. Couple big saves by Cosentino in this period. Hey, the only goal that beat him was from behind the goal line. Imagine that.
That was a tricky one, odd bounce. Something to be said for goaltenders with that low center of gravity, spoken like the 5'8" goaltenders we are up here in the booth. But that lateral movement that you spoke of, a lot easier when you're lower to the ice surface. Alekin trying to get it. 12 seconds left on the power play. Comes back to the point. That's Liam Little. Haven't seen a ton from Liam tonight. Had a good game last night. There's Ivechkin streaking up. Power play is over. Back to full strength. And we've got a penalty back behind the play. And when these two teams meet, we see plenty of infractions being called. Newberg going at it with Liam Little now.
Well, I'm curious what the call is. I think it's going to be a hook on Little, but right back at the other end, Little got hooked coming into the zone. That's the same exact play.
Got a holding call here.
It is a hold
against the Thunder, and I believe
it's Liam Little.
It's going to be Liam Little. Yep.
Yeah, it's the same thing that happened to Little in the corner. It's the same way. You got to call it on both sides there, in my opinion. The same thing happened at the other side of the ice.
Yeah. And we see that from our vantage point. And I'm not usually one to stick up for the officials, but it's quite a job out there.
Oh, it is.
And you've got these guys going up and down and all around.
I do agree with you. It's tough, obviously, and it's so different to watch it from up here. We get to see it a second time, obviously, right in front of us. But it's so different when you're doing it live on the action, in the like, it's tough. I get that, it is. But you give Binghamton a chance to tie the game right here.
We don't all have these cushy jobs like Mike has. So Ivechkin, top of the circle, power play here. This is a must-kill situation for the Thunder. Oganezov down to Stevens. Down below that goal line again. Oganezov back up top to Nosif. Over to Ivechkin in his kitchen over there. Try to throw it out in front. That's the Alexander Ovechkin kitchen over there. Asselin breaking out. 2-on-1 shorthanded. Asselin tried to feed Alekin, and it was knocked away. Newberg sets up Ivechkin. Ivechkin and Stevens. Ivechkin cuts towards the middle. What a move! It's laying there, and a nice save on the rebound by Kyle Stevens by Cosentino. Oganezov passing back to Nosif. Nosif to Ivechkin. Good defense by Timothy Payne, keeping him to the outside. 1:10 on the power play. Here's Newberg. He fires tough angle shot, and that one had eyes, but it had eyes for the netting to the left corner.
Not the net Newberg was searching for. That one, I believe, got a piece of Cosentino's shoulder. Might as well give him the extra save anyway, right?
Oh, why not? He's had a good night. And overall, the goaltending has been extremely strong. We all know about Trevor Babin and his play. The stats don't bear out how well he's played. Cosentino coming in here on the back-to-back situation and doing well. Merrigan keeps it on in at the point. 1 minute to go on the power play, 1:39 of the period. Merrigan, Merkel Merkel waiting. The law firm of Merrigan and Merkel. Merkel, top of the point. Alessi, back to Merrigan. Merrigan waits. Back to Alessi. Hey, that's where you want to keep him well out. Outside the circle. 40 seconds down on the power play. Alessi waiting. He scored the only goal for Binghamton tonight, and he had 2 last night. And falling into the goaltender, and now a big situation breaking out in front. It looked like, I don't know, was that? Oh, we got a fight here. Miracle going at it with Natras. The 2 number 17s lining up. The old Craig Berube number, and he certainly know how to throw. Oh, a big left, and another left by Natras. As this is a good fight developing. Miracle got a right in there, and now they try to loosen up their arms, and now it's just punching galore, and finally falling to the ice is Natras. And with 34 seconds left on the power play, Natras getting the crowd going with a Fu Manchu mustache. How about it?
Well, I know Coach Penn's talked in the pregame. Babin got ran yesterday. Nobody did anything, and I'm sure he's smiling right now after Natras sticks up for his goaltender. I think the original penalty is going to go to Marco for running Constantino, so that will negate any type of power play that was left for
unless
this
they call an instigation as well on Natras. We'll wait and see. I saw the official push both ways, but we'll see.
Right. You could also talk about maybe a third man in for Delaware, too. There were a couple guys there.
Well, what are you going to do when your goalie gets taken down
and
your coach called you out pregame? Who knows? Maybe the players were tuning into our excellent pregame and our Twitter and social media feeds.
Of course.
But Constantino went down, and then a plethora, in this case 3, Thunder came out, and then Natras hooking up with Miracle, and they were all at it. And some good lefts and rights. Thought I saw Rocky Balboa come down from the stands for a second.
I think you did. That was Justin Natras, actually.
I did throw out the old Craig Berube, but you got 2 number 17s. And come on, Craig Berube, the outstanding coach now of the St. Louis Blues, at one point playing for those Washington Capitals, but mainly known for his time in Philadelphia.
It's funny when you see the coaches who used to be the fighters, right? And J.C. Moritz doesn't look happy going back to the Thunder bench. I wonder if you may be right on this one, where this power play might need negated for this Thunder team. I don't know. You could give anyone really an instigator. There were a couple Thunder players starting it. Obviously, They got the extra man on the ice to begin with, so anytime there's anything, you might get a quick look your way. Trying to figure this one out for you, Dave.
And Coach Pence seems to be okay with the call.
Newberg just said we're all even.
Yeah, Coach Pence was like, all right, I see it. I think he's just happy his team stood up for his goaltender.
Right,
and
I don't mind taking the extra 2 there after that. Would you like the power play? Yes, but you got to show them you're not going to get walked all over.
Now let's reset the scene here. 34 seconds was remaining on the penalty to Liam Little. With the score 2-1, 1:14 to go in the period. We had a extracurricular breakout in front of the net, and the fans really getting into it in that right corner. And that's where the fight took place between Natras, and Miracle. And the officials still trying to sort things out.
Yeah, I'm not too sure how happy the Thunder bench is. They've had one of the officials over there for quite some time. Just now they're dispersing.
Now, Coach Pence seemed to be okay.
Room, I believe. They sent Miracle to the room. His back of his jersey was all ripped from the fight. He almost lost his last name. Doesn't look like there's going to be any manpower change. I heard the official say 5-on-4, so it's exactly what we have, and it looks like that's exactly what we'll keep.
And that is just what you need if you're the Thunder. That solves a lot, right? You're sticking up for your goaltender. You're staying in the game here. You have a 2-1 lead. You're sending a message to Binghamton the next time you play this team, which will be down the road. And we'll see. Right now it's just 34 seconds still up on the clock to Liam Little. And there are 5-on-4 skaters aside here, so still the power play. 1:13 to go. Here's Merkel, drops it back for Stevens. Out of that fight, Ovechkin threw it over to Newberg, and then Stevens had the rebound and went over the net. Minute to go, second period. Merkel back at the point. Got it back to Ovechkin. Ovechkin over to Nosim, and he fanned on the shot. And back out comes Eberhardt. 52 seconds on the game clock, 10 seconds on the power play. Here comes Newberg, waiting, sets up a screen, and shoots it wide. Nosov into the corner. Kyle Stevens gets it over to Newberg. Out in front, Ivechkin, and that one's in. Ivechkin scores, and we are tied at 2. He put the hurting on this team with 0.1 seconds to go last game in the second period. Tonight, it's with 38.9, and deuces are wild. 2-2 here in the second period.
Well, it's a good play right out in front. They tried to cut off the angle, did J.C. Moritz, but the saucer pass right over the stick lands on Nikita Ivechkin, not the guy you want to see alone in front of the net, deposits it home right over the blocker of Mike Constantino, who had absolutely no chance.
And that's league-leading goal number 15 for Ivechkin. And he is quite the player in this league. As this period's going to wind down, but Timothy Payne wants to get something on the board. Alekin back into the corner. Alekin scoring the second goal. Here's a break for Newberg. Moving in that right wing side. A nice save by Constantino. 20 seconds to go. Back out the other way. Here's Alekin looking for another goal, and it hit off some equipment and out of play behind goaltender Harley White. 14 seconds remain. Second period. Stay tuned for the Holiday Inn Express second period intermission. Go ahead.
My apologies. It's Artem Alekin going inside and out in the offensive zone, but back the other way. Josh Newberg had Nikita Ivechkin behind the play. Could have went cross ice. Instead, fires one. Mike Constantino makes the save, and Binghamton continues that shot advantage that they have.
It'll be Newberg matching up against Lucchese for the draw, and they're going to drop this one again. Or are we going to have a penalty here?
Now it looks like the ref's coming over to the box.
Yep, we got a holding penalty off
for a
that
hold.
face-off. Nobody knows who it is against, if I can get the words out. I guess nobody. He stuck up 2 fingers. Nobody went to the box, and we're back to play. Morgan has the puck, top of the circle, shoots it. Harley White the save as the final seconds tick away here in the second period. We'll try to figure out what that was as the official signaled holding 2 minutes. And we have some action going on here at the end of the period. Lucchese, Alekin, Newberg out there as well. So I don't see players in the box. He signaled hold 2 minutes. Nevertheless, we are.
The only thing I could think, Dave, maybe it was an older call that somebody missed that they had to get back.
I did see you grab me up here in the booth.
I
don't know.
I did not know what it was.
That could have been a holding minor. Well, we're tied at 2 at the end of 2. In that period, a goal by Alekin for the Thunder, Holesi and Ivechkin with goal number 15 on the season. 2-2 at the end of 2. We'll take a timeout. Back with the second period intermission brought to you by Holiday Inn Express here on DelawareThunder.com. Back here on the Holiday Inn Express second period intermission report. Dave Garson with the Delaware Thunder tied at 2 with the Binghamton Black Bears. Live from the Thunderdome. Pretty eventful second period. Artem Alekin with his second goal in as many nights. Gave the Thunder a 2-0 lead, but that was short-lived as Holesi scored. Sam Holesi, his third goal in the last 2 nights. Got it to 2-1, and then Nikita Ivechkin with his 15th goal of the season and his third in the last 2 nights. Locked this one up at 2-2. Military Appreciation Night here. Bidding still going on for those jerseys, I believe. And a great crowd on hand here at the Thunderdome. If you would like to catch some action tomorrow, tickets on sale, DelawareThunder.com. As the Thunder welcome in the Danbury Hat-Tricks for the first time this season. It'll be nice to see a different opponent here in the Thunderdome, as every home game so far has been against Binghamton. The Thunder trying to put a stranglehold around victory number 1. They're 0-6 on the season. And the Black Bears coming in at 6-4 now. Back and forth period. Last 2 games have been very well played in general. We had that nice fight in the second period between Natras and Miracle. Just what Coach Penz was looking for in response to a hit against goaltender Costantino, who made some dandy saves in that period. Has been very steady. Goaltending's been great so far on this holiday hockey weekend. Take a time out here on the Holiday Inn Express Intermission Report. Back with some scores from around the NHL, the FHL, and college football. And we're back here on the Holiday Inn Express second period intermission report. Delaware Thunder and the Binghamton Black Bears in a 2-2 tie here. Scores from around the FHL. Watertown leading Columbus 2-0. And Danbury over Carolina 3-2. Any basketball fans out there, the Sixers are about to lose in overtime. They're down 113-110 to Minnesota. Earlier, Michigan State beat Penn State 30-27. A couple of thrilling games. Michigan beat Ohio State 42-27. And Alabama winning in 4 overtimes, 24-22 over Auburn. In the NHL, Montreal 1-0 over Pittsburgh at the end of the second. Edmonton 3-1 over Vegas at the end of the second. And Columbus leading Craig Berube's St. Louis Blues 1-0 after one period of play. Seattle knocking off Florida 4-1 tonight. How about that? The Kraken getting a road victory. And we have some other scores coming in a little bit later tonight around the NHL, including one going on right now. The Kings lead 3-2 over Ottawa. At the end of the second, Predators, Avalanche, Jets, Flames later on. NFL Sunday tomorrow. But the Steelers and the Bengals, the big one. The Eagles traveling up to the Meadowlands to take on the Giants. That'll be a nice, easy victory for the Eagles, right, Mike? As Mike joins me. Let Mike share some of the activities going on tomorrow here at the old bar.
It's family day. It's family day. It's a Sunday afternoon matinee at the Thunderdome. It is family day. We hope to see you. We hope to see the kids out here at the game. As always, we'll have our Mission Barbecue penalty shot. Today it was Colby, little Colby from Dover. She won herself a Mission Barbecue sandwich. Congratulations, Colby, tonight. 3 o'clock, Danbury hat tricks tomorrow. Now, this is a team that gave Delaware quite a troublesome ride last season. This season, they'll try to bounce back against a very familiar Danbury team. A lot of players you probably saw from last year. Johnny Ruiz, Nicola Levesque back, Steve Brown they just signed today, Tim Mealy. This team is very good and very dangerous. Tomorrow here at the Thunderdome, wrap up the 3-3. If you came to 2 out of 2, make it 3 out of 3. We'll see you tomorrow, third period when we return.
And so we're back, just about set for third period action between Binghamton and Delaware. 2-2 the score. Mike, what do we have to see out of the Thunder to get started here in the third?
Well, I want to see the first goal this period. If there is a goal this period, I do want to see the first goal this period. I want to see Delaware out to the lead in the third period. That's something we haven't seen yet this season, and that's something we need to see. This Thunder team has not played with a lead with 20 minutes or less to play. Let's see what they could do if they get that this evening.
And if it wasn't for Ivechkin with two late second period goals the last two nights, they'd have a lead going into the third. Not to be.
Nikita Ivechkin is the guy you always have to watch out for, and it seems like no matter what, this happened yesterday before the third period, and I didn't like it. Binghamton got rowdy, and they got one quick.
Merkel with the puck, backing into his defensive zone. Third period is underway. Dave Garson, Mike Basile here with the call. Puck going into the corner. Merkel gets it to Ivechkin. Ivechkin to Newberg. Newberg backhands it up. Oh, McNally had trouble with it at first. Gets it up to Liam Little. Been a little quiet tonight. Liam Little moving in. Shot off the outside of the net, and he gets taken down by Merkel. And then Merkel seemed to be almost embellishing that he got hit in the face to try to draw a matching penalty. I don't even think he did get hit in the face because his own stick is on the ice. And the initial penalty, I believe, is going to go against Merkel.
I think that's going to be the only penalty. Someone should probably check on Liam Little. He got hit up high.
He did, and I did not, unless I missed it at the last second, Merkel, no, I don't think he's embellishing this. He is down as the trainer comes out. It will be a Thunder power play.
The way he went down, it was just like something caught him quickly. So it might have just been a quick stick up high. Or
possibly. Yeah,
he might have banged something. Maybe it's a lower body. Looks like he's struggling to stand. Maybe after he took the hit, something got caught. It just like the way he went down, like I said, it was just like a quick hit, like something just didn't
He's grabbing
feel right.
his left eye, cheek area. Yeah, he got nicked there.
Yeah,
so
he definitely did.
Definitely not embellishing.
I think we got a little leakage out of there. Not too much, though. He's going straight to the bench. Someone's going to need to serve this penalty.
Yeah, he looks a little woozy to boot there as well.
That's not a good sight to see. He can't get off the bench. This is not great. Sam's helping him, the trainer for the Thunder.
Just 30 seconds into play here in the third period. Thunder will go on the PP. Noah Wild, Malakin with the two goals for the Thunder this evening. Alessi and Ivechkin for the Black Bears. Unfortunate to see the injury. Looked like at first maybe he was, acting like he got hit, but something got up towards the facial area.
Yeah, and if that stick swings around hard enough, that could definitely give you a couple problems up there.
So we wish the best to Merkel. Power play here. Malakin, Eberhardt, and Morgan. Casey to Brennan. There's Morgan trying to cut towards the slot. Let one loose, but it goes to the side of the net. Casey back at the point. Trying to find a man. Eberhardt deflected in front by Morgan, and a save by Hartley White. Eberhardt below the circle. Gets it back. Lucchese trying to set up the screen. Waits. Crosses center ice. Waiting. Still waiting. Now to the corner to Morgan. Morgan tried to get it out in front. Intercepted by Newberg, and he'll slowly wait. Get to the red line and dump it in as we cross 35 seconds into the power play.
Good veteran play by Newberg there. First, he cuts off the passing lane for Lucchese as he was looking for Malakin down low. Then he makes a good defensive play, takes time off the clock, and kills some more time.
Asselin getting it off to Lucchese, and that one might have gone off the elbow of Hartley White. And now there'll be a face-off to his left.
I do like the way Adamo Asselin has played. I don't think he's seen a ton of ice time tonight, but when he's out there, he's been effective. He gets pucks to the net, and he drives to the net, not being a big body really at all, but he does get to the front of the net.
Now, Malakin has been the impressive one the last two nights, hitting that score sheet 2 times, and he's back out here on the power play with Noah Wild and Adam Morgan. Puck coming to Morgan, he pivots. Wildly throws it over to Lucchese. Lucchese lets a wrister go along the ice. Easy save for White, and now the puck is out of play.
Exactly 1 minute left of power play time for the Thunder, and it's been a good first 60 seconds for Delaware up a man here. I like what they're doing. I like Adam Morgan on the power play. I just think his head's down a little bit too much for me. A lot of shots going wide, a lot of shots getting blocked. I like when he keeps it low, though, for sure. Look for that rebound.
And it's going to be a second drop of the puck here. Allegan might have gotten down a little too early. Newberg laughing it off as well. Should put the time back on the power play. It's only a second, though. It ticked off. Darling behind the net. Newberg clears it all the way down. Wide of Constantino, who's had himself a nice game.
There's something about a puck just fluttering down the ice perfectly that's so beautiful to me.
Yes, like a snowflake, right?
Exactly.
Adam Morgan with the wrister. And that one easily stopped by White. Just 30 seconds left on the power play, already 2 minutes into this period. Morgan behind his own net. Sets up the power play breakout. He's got a lot of steam on this one. Morgan all the way in, and he kept it on the ice, but it went wide. 15 seconds to go on the power play. Ivechkin now one-hands it, gets to the puck. Pushes off of Allegan, but Allegan finds the puck. Power play just about done. As the Thunder struggle to get it out of their zone, we're even strength now. Allegan battling with Ivechkin. He doesn't really get very physical out there. Brandon Beard now with a puck, an errant pass. D'Angelo intercepts, and he goes down that left wing side. Here's D'Angelo all the way around behind, throws it out in front. It lays right there, and Holesi hits the post, but the net had come off. And Holesi looks to the heavens, knowing that these nets come off more easily than any rink I've ever seen.
That's 3-2 if that net stays on. It hit the post, and the net moved inward. Right where it was headed was to the back of the net, and Binghamton is rightfully upset to our left in the bench. And I will say, it's nothing they do here. They water it down. They bang them in. I don't know what it is. I think it's just it's got to be the ice after the intermission just stays a little bit too wet maybe.
Yeah,
and it
too
just
soft
slides
and
a bit.
The
Yeah.
moorings pop off. That happened quite a bit during my youth hockey days. Nosif back at the point.
They don't happen in my men's league games here.
No. That's because you don't play. And that one goes on the net and into the glove of Constantino. When you don't play, you don't really get the chance to see whether the moorings come off if you're back in the locker room.
I look like a good backup goalie, though. I got the
do.
towel around the neck and the hat on.
Kind of the old Hextall look with the balding head and all that going on. There's Gavin Abbott. Eberhardt chipped it back into his own zone. Abbott lost it. Here's Eberhardt. Backhand pass. Footed away by Oganezov. D'Angelo running into his own man, Abbott. And now away with the puck come the Thunder. Liam Little. Oh, actually pushes down Gavin Abbott. Abbott had several inches on him. Back behind the net now in the Thunder zone. That's McNally trying to feed Eberhardt. Eberhardt gets it back from Lucchese. Eberhardt into the corner now. Tried the blind pass. And Ivechkin trying to come out with it in the skates of Nosif. Up to Ivechkin. The puck just finds him, as it typically does with goal scorers. Aslan moving in. Harley White steers it into the left corner. And now Kyle Stevens coming back out. Aslan dazzling his way through center. Now back to Moritz. And it's picked off, and here's Ivechkin cutting into the middle. Ivechkin with a brilliant opportunity. Rebound loose and put in by Josh Newberg. So Newberg gives Binghamton the lead as the puck pinballed around, came onto the stick of Newberg, and he gets his first goal of this weekend series.
Well, just watching the replay, what a play by Ivechkin. Waits for space. Kyle Stevens just opens it up, tips it right back in front, and it's a tap-in for number 14, Josh Newberg, who wears the A. It's a beautiful all-around play. It really is. Ivechkin opens up all the space, gets it started, and it's an easy tap-in for Newberg. But it's Stevens who makes the play for me there. That was phenomenal.
Now right back to live action after Newberg scores goal number 6 on the season. Ivechkin setting him up. He just does it all offensively. And now the Thunder will have to come from behind. A massive hit on Noah Wild by, I believe that was Gavin Abbott, and Noah Wild is down. No whistle. A save by Constantino. And finally, we get the referees to stop play as Noah Wild was down for a while, and they're trying to motion for the trainer to come on out.
He needs help for sure, they're saying. And
he got hit
Lou and Mandy
real
are
hard.
out there. Yeah, he's going to need some help. That hit was high, in my opinion. The hands came up high. I won't say the initial hit was high, but the hands came up high late.
I wouldn't say it was up to the head area, but definitely high.
The follow-through came through a bit high. I'm not going to say it was a dirty play. It didn't look like it. It was a good hit. Just the finish was a bit high, in my opinion. Maybe we should take a quick break here, and when we return, we'll get back to the action.
And so we are back. Happy to see Noah Wild get off the ice after that scary hit in the corner. No penalties called. Binghamton with the lead. Merrigan at the point. Ooh, that one did come out. And coming away with the puck was Liam Little, feeding Alekin. Leslie got in the way, and the Thunder struggling to get it back out of the zone. Adam Morgan went back into his own zone as he retrieves the puck back into the corner. Gavin Abbott, who had that hit against Noah Wild, tried to throw another one, but basically banged himself into the boards. Leslie lost it, and the Thunder just need to settle down here and regroup, and they will get an opportunity shortly with a media timeout coming our way.
Right, and they really need that media timeout. After the injury, the goal, they just need to settle. They need to go to the bench, talk it over. There's plenty of time to tie this thing up.
And here's a break. Ivechkin moving in. Again, tries that backhand forward. Got another chance. Newberg, rebound, glove save! Constantino flashing the leather. A brilliant robbery right there by Constantino.
That is a save and a half, my friend. And hey, media timeout, by the way. But what a save. That's how you get to it. And that will slow things down here. Mike Cosentino looking like Martin Brodeur with that glove save. Media timeout. We'll take a break. 14-29, one-goal game. Binghamton over Delaware in the third.
And so we're back here, third period action. A lot going on, Mike. Face off to the right after the brilliant glove save by Constantino to keep this a one-goal game. And maybe that's the spark the Thunder need coming out of this media timeout. Newberg got robbed. Gets it back to Nosip. Newberg, who has the game-leading goal here. Kyle Stevens to Newberg. Newberg shovels it back behind the net. What do you know? Ivechkin's got it. Ivechkin tried to turn towards the front. Oh, he got a stick up in the face. He's down. We'll get a whistle. He's actually holding the back of his head.
I actually think it was the knee of J.C. Moritz that caught him when he was going down in front of the net. Hopefully he is okay as he went down, spun down to the ice. And then it looked like it was a knee that got him right in the head. Yep, right when he went down there.
Yeah, he almost had the reaction like his stick came up, but a knee is quite worse, potentially.
Yeah, he's actually holding his back of his neck and head area,
yep.
So I think he got a whiplash effect when he went down there. That's something you never want to see.
And this training staff is getting quite a workout. We'll take a injury timeout, back with more with Binghamton leading by 1. And back after the injury to Ivechkin. Came back off the ice, holding the back of his head. Here's a shot wide by Payne. Left out in front, and Alekin had an open net, and he missed it. Timothy Payne shot that one wide. Alekin had a golden opportunity. Constantino up the boards, and out it comes. Luke Hasey dropping it off and waiting. Haslett, it's deflected in the net, and we're tied! Is that our man Natras that got in there? Oh, it's Lucchese that came back. All right. Yeah, Lucchese deflected it. I believe he'll get credit for the goal as it's 3-3.
It's just a great play by Adamo Asselin. Wait. Get your tip on the doorstep. It's Brandon Lucchese, and doesn't this look just like last night, Dave? It's 3-3 in the third.
Lucchese, goal number 2 out of the season. And he's wearing his lucky number 77 tonight with the specialty jerseys, the Ray Bork number. And there's Natras. Natras waits. Ooh, he fanned on the wrist shot. Still has control of the puck. Turns, and that Constantino glove save. Remember it as it leads to a goal out of the media timeout. Icing is waved off here. Natras behind the net. I was so excited to give Natras another goal, I almost did.
You just wanted me to be wrong.
That is correct. That is my goal in life. Oganezov lost it. Brandon Beard had an opportunity. Alessi gets it back into the Thunder zone, back out to the neutral ice area. D'Angelo. You got to say, Mike, both of these games this weekend have just been great hockey.
Very good all-around hockey. I really like the way Delaware's played these last couple days. Again, a couple too many shots, but overall much better.
D'Angelo
back.
Tried to feed it out in front. Ivechkin doesn't take too long on the bench to recover. Timothy Payne behind the net. Payne waits, dishes it off, and out they come as Brennan got it deflected off of Alekin. Behind the net, Gavin Abbott. Oh, miscommunication between White and Oganezov. Darling now has it. Darling circling behind his net, now up and out with the wrister. And this one will be an icing as we are tied at 3, Mike, in critical moments in this hockey game right now, because you get the next goal. It might not be enough, especially if you're the Thunder, but it's definitely important.
It really is. It's super important for Delaware to get the next one, and if they get it, then we get to see them play with a lead in the third period. I want to see them shut it down. When they want to, can this team play well in the defensive zone? Can they keep everything to the outside? Can they shut it down? That's what I want to see, but first they got to get the next one.
Eberhardt on the draw. He loses it. Darling has the puck. Darling getting it to Kyle Stevens as this number 1 line out there for Binghamton. And another icing. Goals tonight by Noah Wild, Artem Alekin, and Lucchese also getting on the board. Lucchese, the rookie forward, wearing 77 tonight for the Black Bears. It was Holesi, Ivechkin, and Newberg. Ivechkin number 15, Newberg number 6. This team leading in many offensive categories to start their inaugural season. Off the draw, Noah Wild does a little spinorama. Puck comes back to the point, rattling around in front. Noah Wild swats at it, but loses it to Kyle Stevens, who will break out and feed it to Ivechkin. Ivechkin trying to maneuver his way in, throws it on the net, and steered away by Cosentino. Cosentino has had himself quite the game, including that tremendous glove save going into the media timeout. And shortly after that, Lucchese tied the game at 3.
Yeah, Nikita Ivechkin was not happy there with the officiating. He looked back a couple times. He thinks he was interfered with on his way to the net illegally. No call.
Merkel back out with a high rising shot and a great save on the rebound by D'Angelo. So D'Angelo got it back on Cosentino, and Cosentino with another dandy. Here's Aslan, who's having himself a good game. Aslan moving in all along the ice, an easy butterfly stop by Harley White. Lucchese, the goal scorer in this third period. Another shot along the ice, that time by Natras. Lucchese behind the net, gets the feedback in front. And I believe that barely missed getting on the net. And this could be a delay of game.
Yes, it is.
As it was backhanded out, I believe, by Nosov in that corner. And if it is a power play, it will be a very large opportunity for the Thunder to take a lead here midway through the third period.
Very important here, Dave. Very important. The biggest power play of the season for this Thunder team. They'll take the face-off to the right of Harley White. It looks like they're trying to flip it over there. Yes, they are. It's Eberhardt, Wild, Morgan with Alekin and Brennan.
And the Binghamton Black Bears will keep their, for the most part, number one unit out there, Ivechkin and Newberg. And Merrigan clears it down the ice. Nosov did get the delay of game. 10:40 remaining on this third period clock. The Thunder were down 3-2 on the Ivechkin goal, but they have battled back 3-3. At one point, the Thunder had a 2-goal lead as they started the game with goals by Wild and Alekin. So far, power play not going so well. 90 seconds to go. Eberhardt gets to it as it got past Brennan and all the way back down by Oganesov. Cosentino will tee it up, or at least try to, and now I'll pass it off to Brandon Beard. Exactly 10 minutes now on this clock. 1:10 on the power play. Oganesov being chased by Alekin. Alekin muscled off by Oganesov, and Oganesov just ties it up behind the net. 1 minute now on this power play, and Merrigan gets it and clears it down. Binghamton doing a nice job killing this one off, Mike.
Yeah, there hasn't been much zone time for the Thunder as that second kill unit of D'Angelo and Stevens come out. And like we talked about, we've seen a lot of Ivechkin and Newberg tonight, Stevens as well. They are busy tonight as Lucchese is back in.
Lucchese getting that game-tying goal. And now tracking it down, I believe that was Darling over here, yes. Moritz gets it up to Morgan. And the official ducks out of the way here on the far side. Asselin moving in, 23 seconds on the power play. Morgan tries the wrister. It was deflected by D'Angelo back behind the goaltender and out of play. 9:11 on the clock. An immediate timeout coming our way. 3-3 our score. Stick with us here on Delaware Thunder.com. 3-3, 20 seconds to go on the power play for the Thunder as they look to claim victory number 1 here on Military Appreciation Night. Eberhardt on the draw. Morgan and Alekin out there. Alekin swatted at the puck, comes back to the point. Natras has it, dumps it in. Just 10 seconds left on the power play. Ivechkin gave the Black Bears the lead, and then the Thunder responded with a goal by Lucchese. The net comes off behind Harley White. And there was a little bit of a disturbance back there.
Eberhardt is not happy, and rightfully so. It looked like he was interfered with. Got pushed into the back of the net. He is very unhappy, to be honest with you.
We've seen that quite a bit on both sides tonight. Just 6 seconds to go on the power play and a few seconds underneath the 9-minute mark.
Well, all season long, right, it just seems like when they need the goal, they have the chance. They haven't been able to get it. And then the last couple times these two teams met, it came the other way, and that's not what they need tonight. Now they have to settle down unless they can pull a miracle in this last 6 seconds, but it doesn't look like that's going to happen as it expires here.
Even strength now, but Adam Morgan retains possession in the offensive zone. Coming out is Kyle Stevens onto the ice. Puck goes all the way down for an icing. And this might sound like a basic question, Mike, but in this situation, you haven't won a game all year. Do you sit back a little bit, play strong defensively, try to get this one to overtime, or do you go all guns a-blazing and try to win it in regulation?
I go guns blazing right now. I can't have much to lose, right? Winless on the season, they definitely need to be able to push forward and try and strike here. I know you get your first point if you go to overtime, but sitting back doesn't usually win you games.
Now Lucchese just dumping it in behind the goaltender, bounces out in front. Allegan taken down as he went for the puck, and another power play opportunity coming the Thunder's way.
Here it is once again, another grade A chance just like yesterday.
So 3-3 and another power play. And Mike, we've talked about this so often, how this team has had tons of man advantages and chances to put teams away or at least take the lead, particularly against Binghamton. They just haven't done it.
Well, this is your grade A chance again. You're not going to get these chances night in and night out. It seems like they're getting them right now. They must take advantage right here, win this contest right now.
And the fans gesturing to the Black Bears players in that corner. Nosif taking a beating from the fans along the glass there. Great fans here in Harrington, Delaware. I'll have Noah Wild, Asselin, and Adam Morgan on that right side. Now he's going to shift to the left side. Asselin lost it. Noah Wild tried to get it. Comes back to Brennan. Power play here for the Thunder. Morgan, top of the circle, pivots, gets it back to Asselin. Asselin, weak pass, but it did get over to Lucchese and deflected back behind the net. 20 seconds into this power play, 8 minutes to go, third period. 3-3 our score. Come back out to center ice. Brennan has it. And he's going to carry it himself and drop it back to Asselin. Heading on the ice is McNally now. And waiting is Brennan, dumping it into the corner. Asselin back to Brennan. And he wasn't expecting that one. Now he is. He gets it back. Asselin has it. Waits. Cross to Lucchese. Lucchese pivots, turns around. Now waits. Dishes it behind the net. And it's intercepted by Nosif and cleared all the way down.
Lucchese was trying to pass it back to Joe Brennan. I'd love to see Lucchese fire from that position on the ice. There's under a minute left on the PK.
54 seconds to be exact. 7:19 on the third period game clock. 3-3 the score. And another good one. Last night came down to the very end as the Thunder fell 5-3. Behind the net, Morgan had an opportunity. Got tied up in some skates and sticks. McNally down there, and it's flicked out of the zone by Josh Newberg.
That could have been another penalty there as Morgan tried to get to the front of the net. He was impeded with on his way there. I believe that was Merkel taking him down.
Yep. Just 17 seconds on this man advantage. And again, the Thunder will have one last chance, but it could be another power play squandered for Delaware. Gavin Abbott after it, and the power play is now over. But behind the net, one opportunity left. Looked like Liam Little was breaking in, or make that Brandon Beard. He gets the puck, and he shot it wide. Brandon Beard located it, and that one just went away. Now a throw out in front by Alekin, and it is gobbled up by Harley White. As it's five-a-side hockey now, and both of these teams starting to tire out. Back-to-back games, third period of that back-to-back, with yet another one on tap tomorrow for the Thunder.
Well, I think the Delaware Thunder are going to be happy to see the Danbury hat-tricks tomorrow. I mean, it's just a different team. Playing the same team 5 times in a row, it's tough. It's exhausting. You see the same guys. You don't like them. They don't like you. And that's definitely shown in this contest.
And the Rocky music comes on. Plenty of Philadelphia players on this Thunder team. Maybe that'll inspire them for a game-winning goal. Oganezov behind his own net. Tries to get it to Merrigan, who attempted to scoot it up. Oganezov again. Ivechkin back. Merkel also back after his injury, so all in all okay on the injury front. Noah Wild returned too. Here's Natras. Kyle Stevens pressured him, so now Lucchese trying to get it up, pushes it back to Natras. And the Thunder having all kinds of trouble getting out of the zone as Binghamton applying some pressure here. 5:30 to go. Here comes Aslan breaking in. He's got Lucchese with him, but he's pushed off the puck nicely by Merrigan. Great defensive play. Puck squirts out to Lucchese. Oh, did he have the game winner on his stick there? He tried. Merrigan couldn't get it out. And a penalty. The official from behind calling a hook here. Is it going to be against the Thunder is the big question.
It's Brandon Beard again.
He might as well order dinner in there. He's been in the box quite a bit tonight.
The ref called the hook. If anything, I think it was a slash, and Lucchese's laboring coming to the bench here. Bad.
Again, we're shy of the media timeout with this power play, and we did find out that they will do a media timeout during a power play. Correct, Mike?
Yes, they will.
That. So the face-off here to the left of Constantino, who hasn't been too busy in this period. Josh Newberg on the draw for Binghamton, but it's won by Alekin and blasted out by Timothy Payne. Nice job right there by the defenseman, number 24.
Well, it always hurts to have to go 200 feet to start out the power play. Let's see what Binghamton can do here.
There's Nosif circling back into his defensive zone. Under 5 minutes to play. Third period, 3-3. Can the Thunder get victory number 1? Josh Newberg wants something to say about that. He's moving in. Newberg dishes off to Stevens. Deflected on the net by Newberg, but steered wide by Constantino. Back to the point, Nosif. Nosif into the corner. Newberg waits below the goal line to Ivechkin. Ivechkin tries to tuck it in front. No, sir, says Constantino, and Timothy Payne clears it down again.
Couple good plays by Tim Payne on the penalty kills. It's a wholesale change for Delaware.
70 seconds to go on the power play. Ivechkin feeds it to Newberg. Newberg waits. Oh, a high-rising wrister. Bounced right back out in front of the net. But once again, oh, they lose it. Ivechkin's got it, and he shoots it wide. And a golden opportunity for Brennan to get it out of the zone. He couldn't do it. This time, it's Natras clearing it down. 50 seconds to go on the power play. 4 minutes to go in the hockey game.
The puck was bouncing on Ivechkin. He saw exactly where he wanted to go with it, just couldn't settle it and get it on the net.
Kyle Stevens drop pass to Ivechkin. Ivechkin, top of the circle. Drops it off to Oganezov. Kick save! Constantino! Another nice one by the goaltender. And down it goes. 30 seconds to go on the power play.
Yeah, and Morgan got walked there. He kind of looked a little lax there as Ivechkin came off the boards. Not the guy you can let just buy free. Great play by McNally.
Can't say enough about Constantino there. Moving in is Nosif. Nosif, the wrister, right into the breadbasket of Constantino. And he gets the whistle with 15 seconds remaining on the Brandon Beard penalty.
3:31 to go in this contest as we get another media timeout. Our final one in question marks of the game.
Back with more. 3-3 and a power play still going on for the Thunder. And so we're back. 15 seconds left on the power play. Mike Basile letting me know about his living quarters here in the Harrington area. The fine town of Harrington.
Let's see if Delaware can finish this off here. 15 seconds on the Weasel Dell penalty kill.
Off the draw, Merkel to Merrigan. Merrigan with the wrister. Might have been blockered away by Constantino. Gavin Abbott back to Merkel. And the power play is just about over. Comes off on the far side. D'Angelo, puck laying in the crease. Saved by Constantino. Rebound, Gavin Abbott, he scores. The puck was laying there. Constantino said the moorings were off, which they are. But Gavin Abbott did put the puck across the line. And right now, Binghamton has the lead. And for Abbott, that would be goal number 1 on the season.
Just digging away in front, and it slides under the peg of Constantino, who's less than happy speaking with the linesman here.
Now, here's my beef. They waved off a goal earlier when the moorings came off, right? This time they say, no, it doesn't matter. And they're counting this goal. It'll be Abbott making it 4-3 Binghamton with just 3:12 to go. Nosov clearing it up to Ivechkin. Thunder have to regroup and come right back at it again, giving up a late goal and now trailing. Alekin flying in with a big burst of speed, backhands it on the net. Harley White easily there with the right pad. Ivechkin up to Kyle Stevens. This line has just played all night. Oh, he tried to dangle Stevens out in front, and he's muscled away by the defensive. The Thunder back out. Ivechkin to Kyle Stevens. Back to Ivechkin. Glove save. Constantino to keep it in a 1-goal game.
It's absolutely phenomenal what Mike Constantino has done tonight. We'll get the replay right in front of us here. It's a good little back and forth pass action, finishing on the stick of Ivechkin, but it ends up right in the glove of Mike Constantino. Absolutely phenomenal. With 2:36 to play, that's a huge one there.
And it shows the mental toughness. Constantino probably still perturbed by that goal. Comes back and makes a great save to keep this one a 1-goal game. That pass intended for Aslan goes well wide. Merrigan up to Holesy, who has a goal tonight. He had 2 yesterday. Merkel clearing it up. Keep our eye on the goaltender here, as that one will be an icing and a great opportunity offensive zone draw for the Thunder.
The fans trying to get the Thunder life in this one, and if we've learned anything, it's the Thunder have 2 very good goaltenders here.
Absolutely. 2:17. Face off to the left of Harley White, who's done yeoman's work the last 2 nights for this Binghamton team. We were so used to seeing Joe Shepard in those earlier games. Merkel clearing it back. Moritz couldn't keep it in. Timothy Payne, who's played well defensively, up to Luke Casey, who has a goal in this hockey game. Aslan turning at the red line, now in. Aslan waits, throws it in front, they score! Brandon Beard lighting the lamp, and we're tied at 4.
You could see it developing. You could see it coming. Aslan, wait, hard pass. And Beard deposits it over the glove of Harley White, and we're all tied at 4.
And for Beard, that's goal number 2 on the season, and it couldn't come at a better time. And I want to just toot my own horn. I said Brandon needs to get involved offensively, and he gets maybe one of the bigger goals of the season for the Thunder with 2 minutes remaining, third period, 4-4. Nosov as they get up to Kyle Stevens, they go right back to this first line. Newberg, and that one goes into the left corner. Don't think it hit anything. Nosov back into his own zone, retreating, gets it to Stevens. 1:40 left in this hockey game unless we see extra time. Ivechkin trying to throw it out in front. Nosov will circle back. Darling off his skate. Adam Morgan has it. Morgan moving in. He goes all the way around, tries to wrap around, throws it in front. Alekin was there, but he couldn't get it to him. Now he gets it back, and Noah Wild collides with a player in front. And that was Kyle Stevens, who is coming up very gimpy, favoring that left leg. Falling down was D'Angelo, picked up by Nosov. He finally pushes it out. Just about a minute to go now. Nosef with a burst of speed. Trying to move in, but couldn't get it. Threw it out in front. Comes back, and it is kept in by D'Angelo on a nice play. 55 seconds to go, third period. 4-4 here from the Thunderdome as the Thunder look for win number 1. Alessi got it to D'Angelo, drops it back to Ivechkin, a pass in front, and another great play. Timothy Payne has played very well. Merkel throws it wide. 36 seconds to go now. Kept in by Binghamton. Ivechkin, he always finds the puck, but it's steered out. Nice defensive play. And now they're going to pull the goalie on a possible penalty. Yeah, there's a penalty. I was going to say, as a penalty call has been made, and this is not good because it will carry over if there's overtime.
The Thunder bench not happy.
And Coach Penn saying, are you kidding me? We've been a few questionable calls. The good news is it's tied at 4. Brandon Beard lighting the lamp. We've got a timeout for Binghamton. They've got 24 seconds and an offensive zone power play draw. Back with a finish to this one in just a moment here on DelawareThunder.com. And it's starting to rock here at the Thunderdome. 4-4. Binghamton on the power play. Lucchese in the box. 23.8 seconds left on the clock. Will the Thunder at least earn a point and send this one to overtime? Or will Binghamton continue to defeat this Thunder team? Puck laying at some skates. Cleared all the way down. 16 seconds. Chance for one last rush for Binghamton. Harley White will help out his offense. Merkel, cross ice past Ivechkin. Ivechkin over to Kyle Stevens, and it goes over and off the shoulder of the goaltender Constantino, and we are not quite to overtime. It's no some dishes, but now we will go to overtime. The Thunder get point number 1 on the season, and maybe can gain that extra one, tied at 4, and we're going to have overtime right after this. Dave Garson, Mike Basile back here with some extra hockey, overtime hockey. 4-4. Mike, this Thunder team's going to be shorthanded, so it's not going to be an easy task. 4-on-3 here to start overtime.
No, it's not. They got to kill it. Mike Constantino's been a rock today. He's waited for his turn in net. He gets it tonight, and he doesn't disappoint. Like I said in that third period, 2 things we know about this Thunder team is they have a 1A and a 1B in net. They don't have a backup. These guys are both starting goalies at this level. There's no doubt about that.
So we'll see the lines that are sent out here. Oh, what do you know? Ivechkin's out there. No doubt there. Newberg. Looks like Merrigan and Merkel will be at the point. So 4-on-3, typically 3-on-3 overtime. It'll be Moritz, Noah Wild, and Joey Brennan for the Thunder. And we're underway here in overtime, and a good job by Brennan to clear it down. Behind the net, Harley White. 90 seconds on this power play. 5-minute overtime period. Josh Newberg, who scored goal number 3 for his team today, tries to set it up. He's looking for Merkel. Now he'll get it to Merkel. Merkel, wrister, save Constantino. Got down in the butterfly and kept it without a rebound.
Ivechkin was looking for it. He was open in that circle. He was like, game over, game over. He was asking for it. Never got the puck. And if they wonder why did they go from 4-on-4 to 3-on-3 in overtime, it's to try to eliminate the shootout as much as possible. You'd rather the game end in this 5-minute period, both teams would, than the skills competition, as I call it.
This one floats in on the goaltender, but this does favor a team like Binghamton that has a lot of speed. Guy like Ivechkin, and a broken stick here for Alekin.
That broke right on the face-off, I think, Dave.
Yeah, I didn't catch it. Looking toward Constantino, who actually struggled with that puck there off the little flutter that came his way. Joe Brennan trying to clear. Newberg dishing it out. Merrigan down from his point position. Now Merkel. Under a minute to go on the power play. Merkel circles back. Walks the line. Midpoint. Now to Ivechkin. Crosses over to Newberg. Wrister and another save. Great anticipation by Constantino.
That's what it was. It was anticipation. And Ivechkin saying, let's slow it down, settle. We still got 49 seconds here. Mike Constantino looks tired back there. He's seen a lot of rubber. Shots on goal, once again, over 50 for this Black Bears team.
Averaging, giving up over 45 a game. Right now, 4-on-3 because of the power play. Ivechkin back to the point to Merkel. 45 seconds on the power play. Newberg, top of the circle. Dishes it over to Ivechkin. Ivechkin waits, and it's blocked. Great job by Timothy Payne, who, in my opinion, is the defensive player of the game here.
That's an absolutely huge block by Tim Payne on the leading scorer in the Federal Prospects Hockey League, and a good hit here.
Newberg takes a seat. Back into the zone. Natras will fire it. Uh-oh. Did that deflect? Yes. Luckily. 23 seconds left on the penalty to Lucchese. 3:46 here in overtime.
Well, this is a most important 23 seconds for Delaware. And look who they get off the ice. Ivechkin, he's a little tired here. He's played a lot of minutes tonight. We don't keep the time on ice per se, but it's over 30 in my opinion. And that for a forward, that's ridiculous.
Timothy Payne looking to find it. 18 seconds to go on the power play. Puck comes out to center ice. Nosif to Darling. Darling will circle back into his own zone. One last rush on the power play. Darling moving up. Full head of steam all the way around behind the net. Throws it out in front. Power play over. They've killed it off. And now they'll get a chance to get a line change to the Thunder. Crowd on their feet. Couple Thunder sticks clopping up there. Deflected in here by Kyle Stevens right on to Constantino. He shuffles it over to Moritz. Moritz trying to get it up to Lucchese. 3 minutes now on the clock. Here comes Kyle Stevens on the backhand. Constantino is rushed into the back of the net. The puck, the net didn't come off its moorings. How about it? Here's Adam Morgan back the other way. Under 3 minutes to go. Tried to feed Brennan in front. And he was tied up, and that could have been a trip, but they don't call it here in overtime. Kyle Stevens tired at the end of a shift. One-on-one. Takes a wrister and an easy save for the goaltender Constantino.
It's a good save by Mike Constantino. And Lucchese's really laboring to the bench again. I wonder when he went down on that tripping penalty if he got hurt a bit, as when the puck came down on him, he kind of tripped on it looked like.
All of these guys hitting a wall at this point. Brandon Beard moving in. 2:23 to go. Beard with a wrister and a blocker save. Harley White just got it. Behind the net, Adam Morgan trying to feed Natras. And Ivechkin, dangerously tried to get it. They're going to call a penalty on Ivechkin. They're going to call the trip. That'll get Binghamton on all kinds of a kerfuffle on their bench.
They are not happy. They believe there was a hook down in this corner. And Ivechkin's going to sit for what Binghamton hopes is pretty much the rest of overtime, which Delaware hopes is not. And Ivechkin's going to get a 10-minute misconduct. He's gone. He will not be able to shoot in the shootout, I don't believe now, if there is one.
Well, and it looked more of a leg, Mike, if you caught it, than a stick trip. Ivechkin is not happy as he slams his stick against the wall near the locker room. We even give you a play-by-play of them going to the locker room.
Yeah. And I'm not going to disagree with him. I don't love the call in overtime.
Especially because they didn't call the other play earlier in that shift. But it's to the advantage of the Thunder, 4-on-3.
Coach Rod Davidson telling his bench, calm down, calm down. A 4-on-3 just feels like you're never going to get out of it.
Here's an opportunity for Aslan. Now dish back to the point. Natras over to Morgan. Morgan tried to feed it in front, couldn't do so. Merrigan clears it down. 2 minutes to go in the overtime, minute 50 on the power play. Alekin is also out there. Game misconduct called. We got an injury. I believe Newberg was favoring a shoulder as well. Natras crossing center ice. Gets it to Morgan. Morgan moving in. Wrist shot. And another pad save. That right pad being flexed by Harley White. Back to the point. Natras. Oh, he bobbled it. Holds. Steers it to Noah Wild. Wild over to Morgan, who fanned on it. Throws it back to Wild. And a slap shot. And another save by Harley White. Noah Wild had the winner on his stick.
This game has not been short of action. This game has been absolutely insane. They saved the best for last, these two. It's been a long series between these two, 5 in a row. Delaware wants the last one.
And Mike saw some confusion on the feed. Yes, correction on my part. It is normally 4-on-4 in overtime, but because of the penalty, it became 4-on-3. Because there were 4 skaters aside.
We were waiting for a whistle.
Correct.
Yeah.
Actually, so I was right. It was 3 before. All right, so I was right. So typically it is 4-on-4. Yeah, I was wondering if there was a whistle in between, and that's why the extra skater was still out there. So it is NHL-style 3-on-3. 1:20 to go in overtime. 1:07 on the power play. Moving in. Thunder with possession of the puck now. Brennan at the point. Brennan dishing it off. Asselin dropping it back to Brennan. Top of the circle. Over to Asselin. On the other circle, the left circle. Back to Brennan. Oh, they try to feed it in front. Aslan comes back to the point. 1 minute to go in overtime. Aslan waits. Oh, he had a man, and that was Alekin. And what do you know, the net comes off again. 53 seconds left in overtime hockey. A shootout will come our way if we're still tied at 4.
Well. The power play for Delaware. 42 seconds left to change the pace here of this power play that they really haven't got anything going on. This is important right here. Shootout is a toss-up in my opinion, no matter which way you cut it, no matter who's playing.
But maybe an advantage with Ivechkin not out there. Moritz! Oh, he tried to say no penalty shot. Extra frame there, but that one will come back. 40 seconds to go in overtime. 27 on the penalty. Ivechkin out with a game misconduct. Merkel backhands it in. Moritz getting to Morgan. Now Beard dished it back to Morgan. Morgan moving on that right wing side. Shot and a save by Harley White with 25 ticks left on the clock.
Lucchese not happy about something. I think he wanted to pass his way there. Morgan had his head down and just put it on the cage.
Yeah, Lucchese said, what's he doing? As he mouthed it back to Morgan. Offensive zone draw to the left of Harley White. Alekin on the draw. That could have been, well, it was a defensive zone hand pass by Newberg. 17 seconds now. Well, we have our first shootout of the season. Morgan. Pass to Alekin. Alekin waiting. Teeing it up. Natras. And out of play. 7.7 on the clock, and these teams are exhausted.
Absolutely exhausted. And Delaware plays tomorrow. Pretty soon, actually. 3 p.m. That's going to come pretty quick, huh?
Sleepover here at the Thunderdome. Hopefully
Sounds
with a victory
right
in tow. The Thunder have claimed point number 1 on the season, getting this game to overtime. And again, to clear it up, typically 3-on-3. Yeah, and even the players are confused because they thought it was 4-on-4 for a second. When there is a penalty, it becomes 4-on-3. But normally it is 3-on-3 for those of you asking out there. Final seconds of this overtime tick out. Behind the net, Merrigan. He'll toss it up. Oh, yeah, it's Stevens, but that'll do it. We will have a shootout here at the Thunderdome. 4-4.
This is the first time there will ever be a shootout here at the Thunderdome. We have yet to have that here at the Center Ice
and
Arena.
I believe
in
the
Harrington.
first time in franchise history for Binghamton as well.
Yes.
And we'll have it for you next here on DelawareThunder.com. Shootout coming your way. Do not change that channel. And we're back with the first shootout in Thunderdome history. And the first shootout in franchise history for Binghamton. It'll be Harley White to our left, Mike Constantino to our right. Both goaltenders have played well. As we hit the shootout, coming out first will be the tall and lanky Adam Morgan.
All right, well, I guess I'm going to guess and say Adam Morgan's going to shoot the puck. He shoots hard. I think he's going to go high. Adam Morgan.
Here comes Morgan. Wrister, and it might have glanced off the outside of the post. So Kyle Stevens will be the first shooter for the Black Bears. I don't think that one touched Harley White. Constantino, who's played a great game. Stevens moving in, far to the right side, top of the circle, waits. Oh, a dazzling move and a dazzling save! A brilliant save off the skate of Constantino!
Constantino gave Stevens a little look. It looked like he was beat, but he kept the left pad out, and what a save. And here comes Artem Alekin.
Artem Alekin, who has a goal tonight, had a goal last night. He'll go far to the right. And he moves back and forth. Wrister stop. Tried to go 5-hole. Not to be. And now the Thunder, I believe, can win it. Or pardon me, the Black Bears can win it if Newberg scores.
Best of three. So
it'll
Delaware
be best
gets
of
one
three
more
here.
shot, yes.
Okay. So we'll get one more opportunity. Josh Newberg coming full head of steam, right at the goaltender Constantino, and a nice save with the pad by Constantino. And you can tell these guys are laboring even in the shootout at this point, having played back-to-back games, and now coming back the other way will be Anama Asselin. Asselin moving in. And he tried to tuck in the backhander, unable. Got in too tight.
Too many moves for Adamo Asselin. I think if he stayed on the forehand, he might have had him. Tried to go back.
And now, Nosov can win it for the Black Bears. Igor Nosov with the full clear cage. Top of the circle. Moving in. Stopped! Constantino stuck out the left pad. And he's getting his goaltending advice from Mike back at the old team house. And that's why he's playing so well tonight.
Big save by Constantino. He stayed big, stayed big. New shot was coming, and here's Noah Wild.
Noah Wild, number 28, approaches the puck. Straight down the middle, now to the left. And he wrists it. Save. Left pad save. Harley White. And now, oh boy, Sam Holesi can win it for the Binghamton Black Bears. Round number 4. Holesi approaching the puck. He's going to go into the slot. Wrister, another save. Constantino using those big white pads to his advantage as we go back and forth.
I'll tell you, I've watched Lucchese at the end of practice do a couple shootout drills. I think this guy's scoring.
Here he goes, Lucchese with a goal on the night, and it deflected off the shoulder and glove of Harley White into the piping behind the net, and we will continue. They got to figure out how many shooters they can find on the bench.
I bet you they wish they had Ivitchkin right now.
Oh, yeah, this one would have been over by now because he would have shot first.
So now,
or
because it's
maybe later on.
It's after the 5, you could shoot now whoever in whatever order.
They're going to go with Gavin Abbott. Abbott, the rookie defenseman, tall and lanky. Goes in patiently. Good move. And another kick save for Constantino. He has just been tremendous. That's the word.
I got to think Ricky Eberhardt here. What do you think? Brandon Beard, Ricky Eberhardt?
I'm thinking you go with Brandon Beard, who scored the 4th and final goal in regulation.
We got a jersey auction after this, Dave.
I'll be asleep at that point. Maybe Liam Little, throw him out there.
He didn't finish the game, if we remember. I don't know if
I don't know if he's back on the bench.
Here.
That is correct. Well, we had a slight delay here. It appears they're calling me from the oh, no.
Is that Mikey? You hear it too, right?
They're calling Mikey, right, yeah.
Now they're trying to get a player out here. Let's see who it is. It's J.C. Moritz.
Oh, wow. Moritz, big number 13, will come out. We're hoping you're enjoying this just as much as we are. Moritz with the puck. Moving in. Right side. Wrister. And it missed the net.
You know J.C. Moritz saw something when he hung his head. You know he saw something.
And they're going to bring out number 35. That's going to be Merrigan, who just got called up a couple days ago. So now we're to the defenseman. You know we're late. Merrigan can win it here for Binghamton. Moves in. Backhander, and he wins it. Merrigan wins it in the shootout. And Binghamton gets win number 7. And although the Thunder get a point, they wanted so much more out of this one as they lose in the shootout.
It's a head fake at the high slot, low slot, backhand, top of the crease. 5-4 Binghamton. What a game all around here.
So the final score, Binghamton adding a little extra to them feeling good. Getting into it a little bit in a friendly way with the Thunder fans. And the team will tap their sticks, hold them up high. Well-fought game by both teams. Excellent hockey here as Binghamton wins it in the shootout 5-4 over the Delaware Thunder. We'll be back with the Holiday Inn Express post-game show to wrap it up. Once again, final score, Binghamton 5, Thunder 4 in a shootout. And so we are back here on the Holiday Inn Express postgame show. Final score in a shootout. Binghamton Black Bears win at 5-4 over the Delaware Thunder. It was a great game and a great shootout. The Delaware Thunder going back and forth as the teams will stay on the ice for a jersey auction here. Mike Basile doing the emceeing down there, so I got you for the postgame here. Thunder had a 2-goal lead early on. Noah Wild started it off. Artem Alekin scored goal number 2 in as many games. And the Thunder had a 2-0 lead. Then Polesi made it 2-1. And Lucchese scored later on. Ivechkin had one in there. Newberg. Brandon Beard tied it at 4 after the Gavin Abbott goal. We went to overtime. Had 2 penalties, one that carried over from the third period, and then another one that was called against Ivechkin, who was so frustrated he took a 10-minute misconduct. But the Thunder were unable to win it in the extra frame. Went to the shootout. Officially, I believe it was 7 rounds. We'll try to get a final count on that, maybe more like 6. But it was one off the stick of the defenseman Anthony Merrigan. So Anthony Merrigan winning it for Binghamton as they move to 7-4, and Delaware goes to 0-6-1. A eventful night here at the Thunderdome, and we've got more hockey tomorrow. Matinee hockey as the Danbury Hat-Tricks visit the Thunderdome. 3 o'clock start. We'll have our pregame show at 2:45. Tickets still available at DelawareThunder.com. For Ben Rothstein, our associate producer, our executive producer, Sue Lamb, and my broadcast partner, Mike Basile, Dave Garson saying good night and good hockey from the Thunderdome. Talk to you tomorrow night. Once again, final score, Binghamton 5, Delaware Thunder 4.